Hey guys, welcome to Green Bean Fiction. So in today's video we are gonna see what if Deku the evil Joker fell in love with Kiyoka, part 1. Before starting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in MHA fanfictions. This story is The Villainous Hero, Joker by Wolf Sama 8. Now without wasting any more time, let's dive in. Third person, we find ourselves in the Yagi residence. The sun was still not up yet. Two little 4-year-olds are jumping on their parents' bed. Mom, Dad, wake up, today is the day we get to see what out quirk are. Izuku and Izumi said. Both parents groan. All right, we're up, go to the kitchen while we change, said Inko, wanting more sleep. No, if we go you will go back to sleep, yelled Izumi. Toshinori chuckled. She's got us there, love, said Toshi, not helping Tosh. All right, fine, well, get dressed, said Inko. They do just that and they left for the doctors. They waited for hours until a doctor show up with the results. Okay, I have good news and bad news, Dr. Kudaiguraki said. What's the bad news? Inko said, worried. Izuku Yagi is quirkless. He will never have a quirk. Kudaiguraki said. Izuku felt as if his world was shattered. B. But can I still be a hero? Said a sad but hopeful Izuku. No, you can't be a hero, Izuku said. A disappointed Inko with didn't go unnoticed by Dr. Kudaiguraki. Well, the goose news is that Izumi got a powerful quirk called telekinezes. She has a way stronger version than your ma'am. She can be a great hero, said Kudaiguraki, which made both Inko and Izumi overjoyed. That's amazing. I am so glad one of my children is not useless, said Inko, hugging Izumi. Hurting Izuku, she didn't mean to, but the damage was done. We better go, come along, Izuku, she said as she took Izumi with her. Izuku close behind, thinking he did something wrong. Time skip, years passed and Izuku's life got worse. He is neglected and mentally abused by his parents, calling him all sorts of names, the main one being freak. He was bullied, harassed and used as punching bag for Izumi, Bakugo and Shoto and the rest of his school also. Izuku suffers from pseudo-bullar affect or PBA, making he laugh in almost every time he talks, making him look like more of a freak than before. Izuku's parent Toshinori and Yagi denied they have a son. Since they're ashamed of Izuku's condition, they stopped feeding him, so Izuku had to get odd jobs from the neighborhood, and even then what little he did make Izumi stole from him, so more often than not you could find him looking through the trash trying to find food. Even if it's old, it's better than nothing. But there was one small ray of light, his uncle Aizawa, who treated him like well family, but it was rare that he visits since he's busy as an underground hero. One day Izuku is walking from school alone when he sees Izumi talking with All Might and Telik. Izuku hides and listen in. Izuku Pav, we are here as All Might transforms into skinny form and Inko takes off her mask. As your parents, Izumi. Toshinori said. I was shocked my parents were heroes. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are heroes. Wait, why are you telling me this? Asked Izumi. Simple, my daughter, my quirk is different from any other. It needs to be passed on. That is why I am giving it to you, Izumi. Toshi said. Inko then explained how all for one works. Wait, why not give it to Izuku? I mean, he's quirkless and he wants to be a hero. With this he could join UA, Izumi said. As my hope goes up, me with a quirk? He does not have the drive to be a hero, not to mention the fact that he is always laughing and overall weak. He couldn't control one for all, Toshi said, and it broke my heart. I leave without they noticing and walk home crying while giggling. Hee hee hee. Hick Hee 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 Hick. People are looking at me like I am some kind of freak, which makes my pseudo-bullar effect even worse, making me laugh harder while crying. I make it home before my so-called family and go to my room in the basement. It's dirty, cold, dark and has nothing but newspapers for me to use as a bed and blanket. I collapse into my paper bed and cry, laugh myself to sleep. 7 time skip, third person. Izuku running from Izumi, Bakugo and Shoto. Get back here, you damn Deku. They all say in unison. Izumi was the fastest of them thanks to one for all. Izuku makes it to an abandoned factory and runs inside to hid the others. A quick on his tail, find that piece of shit, Izumi yelled as they went looking for him. Shoto finds him and quickly tries to freeze him, but Izuku dodges and runs to the second story. I found he's going up. Third person Todoroki yells as they follow me. Why get corner? I look down and there was a pool of old dangerous chemicals. Why look in front of me and see my tormentors all activating their quirks. They all combine their quirks and fires straight at me, which makes the railing break and me fall. Izuku. I hear Izumi yell before fall into the chemicals. Third person, everyone was shocked of what just happened. Izumi was screaming for Izuku to come up, but he never did. Bakugo grabbed her arm. Izumi, we gotta go. Bakugo yelled. Izumi tried to protest and fight back, but she couldn't. We gotta go now before someone comes. Bakugo yells again as they all leave running, promising each others to lie about what happened. Last chapter everyone was shocked of what just happened. Izumi was screaming for Izuku to come up, but he never did. Bakugo grabbed her arm. Izumi, we gotta go. Bakugo yelled. Izumi tried to protest and fight back, but she couldn't. We gotta go now before someone comes. Bakugo yells again as they all leave running, promising each others to lie about what happened. Present third person. Everyone goes home without saying a word. Izumi makes it home. She sees her uncles Aizawa and Granny and Grandpa Shuzenji Chiyo aka Recovery Girl and Sorihiko Torino aka Grand Torinathir talking to Toshinori and her Inko. What are you all doing here? Izumi said, stuttering, still traumatized of what she did. Oh honey, they're here for a nice family visit. Inko said. Can't a uncle visit his niece and nephew? Now where is Izuku? Aizawa asked. He said to tell mom and dad he's staying with a friend tonight. Sorry uncle, Izumi said, rubbing her arm. Aizawa found this suspicious but didn't think much of it. That's fine dear, how he doing anyway? Suffering from pseudobulbar affect can't be easy, Aizawa said. Inko and Toshi looked confused. Pseudobulbar affect? What is that? Toshinori asked, and Chiyo answered in a dark tone. Pseudobulbar affect, PBA, or emotional incontinence, is a type of emotional disturbance characterized by uncontrollable episodes of crying, laughing, anger or other emotional displays. PBA occurs secondary to a neurologic disorder or brain injury. Chiyo said. Toshi. Torino said in a dark tone, making Toshinori trembled. Who is Izuku and why have you never mentioned him to me? Torino said, looking at him in the eyes, making Torino sweat hard. W. Well, I've been busy being the #1 hero and all that. Toshinori tried defending himself. That doesn't answer my question. He gets up from the chair and grabs his cane. Why? The fuck? Have I never heard of my grandchild? Torino said, a dark aura around him. Well, you do live far away. Torino. Inko tried to defend her and her husband actions. And yet you call us once a week telling us about Izumi but never Izuku. Why? Chiyo said, and Inko had nothing to say. Where is his room? Torino said. What? Toshi said with a tried mouth. I said where? Hits him with a cane on his sheens. Hits him in the gut. His fucking room. Hits him hard on the head, breaking his cane. Oh. Over here, Toshi said, spitting out some blood. Bruises started showing as he limbs outside with the rest following. Inko nervous. Izumi with no emotion. The weight of what happened still not hitting her. They make it to the backyard. Where? They make it to the basement door. They open it and walk inside. Why is it so dark? Where are the lights? Torino asked. There are no lights. Toshi said, shuddering, scared of another beating. Why aren't there any windows or light? Aizawa said, his arm cross, holding hard on them, getting mad, but he got no answer. He got his phone and pressed the flashlight. He almost wished he didn't. A mess at the same time. MP, this is where you let my grandson sleep. Torino yelled, his blood boiling. Chiyo having to hold him off but wanted to let him punish them. They looked around. Toshi found Izuku's diary and quickly took it and hid it under his shirt. Chiyo found something that almost made her cry, a bucket full of old pieces of cloth with tried blood needles. AMD string. Explain this. Chiyo said calmly, throwing the bucket in the middle of the room. Torino was getting madder. Aizawa was doing no better, but the Yagas kept quiet. I said, explain it. Why is there blood on his rags? Chiyo yelled with tears running down her face. We don't know. Okay. Toshi admitted. What do you mean you don't know? Aizawa yelled, not able to control his anger for much longer. We didn't know that he was hurt. Okay. Inko said with tears, now worried of her son. Enough of this. Izumi, where is this friend of Izuku? We're gonna visit him. Aizawa said, his quirk activated. Shoto Todoroki, he's with him. Izumi said, knowing that Shoto is the smartest of her friends and would have an excuse for them. The whole family went to the Todoroki's house. Aizawa, Torino, and Chiyo not saying a word to the Yagis. Aizawa knocks on the door long and hard. Shoto opens the door. Can I help you? Shoto said, his cool calm demeanor helping hide the meltdown he was having a few minutes ago. Where is Izuku? Izumi said, he was with you. Aizawa said in a serious voice. Izuku? He was supposed to be here a few hours ago but never came. Shoto said. Everyone was now worried about Izuku. They quickly split up to find him, telling Izumi to stay with the Todorokis while they look for her brother. As soon as Izumi enters and Shoto closes the door, they both slide against the door to the ground. Remembering all the things they did to Izuku, the more they remembered the worst they felt. They hugged each other while crying. Meanwhile, in the abandoned building, we see Izuku coming out of the chemicals. He falls to the ground coughing up that green liquid. He was completely naked since the chemicals burned his cloths. Is someone there? Asterisk a security guard said as he looked at the Izuku in shock. Oh my god, are you okay? Asterisk the security guard, let's call him Mike Schmidt, went close to him. Come on, let's get you some clothes, Mike said as he took Izuku to his office and gave him some black jeans and a white hoodie. Asterisk that should hold you up, Bo. Let me call 911 so they can find your parents, Mike said as he went on the phone. Izuku started trembling, remembering everything his parents told him, everything his and his so-called friends did. He snapped. He looked at his left and saw a knife Mike must have used to cut his sandwich. Hello 911, what is your emergency? Izuku quickly grabbed the knife and stabbed Mike in the back. Mike screamed in pain and tried to do something, but he couldn't. Izuku kept stabbing him and started laughing. Hello. Sir, what's going on? Asterisk the 911 operator said as Izuku finished stabbing Mike and started trembling before giggling. Hey. Hee. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Asterisk. Izuku started laughing like a maniac. His body and new clothes covered in blood. Izuku looks at the mirror and sees his new body. His skin was white as snow. His once fluffy green hair is gone now as long a black Hee why so serious? Izuku said, looking at his own reflection before putting the knife on his mouth. Ha ha ha, let's put a smile on that face. Ha 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 ha. Asterisk Izuku laughs as he cuts a smile on his face, tears streaming down his face, only his tears were black. Izuku hears police sirens and runs away laughing all the way. Few weeks later, third person, we see our Izuku on the run, jumping building to building, laughing, covered in blood from the pro-hero Kamui Woods. Izuku just killed a large head in the Yakuza organization, but he kept it hidden so to the world he was an innocent old man that Izuku killed in cold blood. Only the victim died from laughing with a huge sickening smile on his face. Kamui had enough of this. Asterisk lacquered chain prison. Kamui screams as he shoots out the wood from one of his arms to surrounds the enemy with it to immobilize them. But just as we was about to catch Izuku, Izuku pulls a water balloon from his pocket. You really think that's gonna stop me? You killing spree has come to an end, villain scum. Kamui said as Izuku turned around and threw the balloon on Kamui's face. Kamui screams as the balloon was filled with the same green liquid that transformed him. The liquid ate a hole on Kamui's mask and started eating away at his skin, making him stop to get it off of him. Hee ha ha ha. Villain Heha. I am not a villain, I am just trying to make this world as beautiful as me. The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules. My good sir, now if you'll excuse me, asterisk Izuku said as he makes his escape, giggling to his hideout, the same building where he was reborn into something beautiful. He enters and hears muffled screams. Izuku smiles as he walks to the noise to see a man tied and gagged. Izuku takes gag off Hee why hello again, Izuku said as he takes a knife and rubs it gently on the man's chest. Now you're gonna tell me where she is? Izuku said in a dead serious voice. Asterisk I don't know what you're talking about, please let me go. Asterisk the man screamed before screaming in pain since Izuku impelled his knife deep into the man's shoulder. Ha ha ha, now I am really starting to get pissed, let me jog your memory, asterisk Izuku said and takes out a picture. Her, where is she? Izuku safe before the men hot serious and spit on the face of Izuku. Go fuck yourself, asterisk the man said. Izuku cleans his faces, then starts laughing and started carving on his stomach. The man screams in agony but said nothing. He's still not talking. Shinta Amazake. Let's kick it up a notch. He grabs the man hands. Tell me what's 1,000 minus 7. Izuku starts pulling the man's nails out, the man begging him to stop. Please, I don't know where she is. Asterisk the man screamed before screaming even more as Izuku hammers 5 nails into his hand. Asterisk I took away 5 nails and replaces them with 5 new nails. Look how beautiful. He ha ha ha. Izuku starts laughing as he continues. The man keeps quiet. Looks like he ha ha ha. Looks like I am gonna need help from my little friend, Izuku said as he walks away. Friend? Asterisk the man asked. And his eyes open wide with fear and tears. No please no. Asterisk the man pleaded. Now where is she? Izuku asked. Time skip third person. We see a bunch of police in a crime scene as Detective Tsukachi Naomasa enters the scene. Update me, what do we got? Asterisk Naomasa asked a police officer named Shinta Amazake, age 45, suspected of working for Villain Overhaul, but we got no proof he does. At 7:05 this morning he was found by a bystander and... Well, it's better you look for yourself, sir, the officer said as he took him to the crime scene, and what he saw was chilling. Whoever did this carved a smile on his face. Cut off his eyelids. We found a bug inside his ear. Pretty sure it was the quase of death since it was eating The brain and whoever did this wrote this on his stomach asterisk the officer said before lifting Shinta's shirt in his stomach. Was carved. He helped make a lot of ugly things in this world but in the end I gave him a beautiful face Joker. Asterisk whoever this Joker is he is one sick fuck he's missing the nails of his fingers were replaced by metal nails hammered in there cuts all over his body and missing genitalia that one must have hurt asterisk the officer left as Detective Tsukachi Naomasa went to work inspecting the body he feels someone behind him how's the search Aizawa found the kid yet? Asterisk Naomasa said as he hears Izuku sign nothing it's like he disappeared but I'll find him he's my nephew he's family I am scared of what happened to him but I will find out Aizawa said as Naomasa nods the hell happened to him. Aizawa asked new villain or vigilante too soon too. Tell all we know he goes by Joker asterisk Naomasa said I'll talk to people underground see if they know anything about this Joker character Aizawa said before Naomasa patted him on the shoulder asterisk you've been busy for almost a week finding you nephew take a break ask them tomorrow come on I'll buy you a cup of coffee asterisk Naomasa said as he walked with Aizawa to a crappy dinner to get some coffee one wondering of the Joker the other of Izuku not knowing they're the same person. Third person a week after last chapter asterisk a week has passed. Since the Joker's first victim since then more victims have been found each was the same with a smile carved on his face everyone was suspected to be a henchman of Overhaul the public was mixed some were happy the bad guys were dead while some thought the Joker was nothing more than a maniac many Eros thought he was just that a maniac except for Eraserhead and Nezu they were both intrigued by thus Joker his methods are violent and extreme yes but with some help he could be a powerful hero and this is we are now in a pro-hero meeting talking about the Joker. I don't know why we are here the Joker's a villain we should be out trying to find him said Kamui Woods still pissed of that toxic balloon the Joker used on him I must agree we must with Kamui he's much too dangerous to be left free much less allowed to be enrolled here honestly Nezu I don't know what you're thinking asterisk All Might said what I am thinking that he could be a great asset to the heroes he found a lot of people who were involved with Overhaul even some we didn't know about yes he is violent in his execution but he can be trained to calm down he's bloodlust just imagine what he could do from our side Nezu said like Nezu said his methods are violent but he is doing good let's not forget he saved 5 women trapped in the basement of one of his victims and all the description said he wears a bloody white hoodie black jeans he's complete white and has a huge smile on his face and they describe his size of a boy of 14 years Aizawa said everyone got quiet knowing a kid did all this asterisk something must has happened to the kid to make him like this he doesn't need to be locked away in a jail cell he needs help that's why we need to capture him and bring him here so we can help him Aizawa said his eyes more red than normal it had been 3 months since Izuku escaped and he barely sleeps even less than before. Everyone begrudgingly agree with exception of All Might and Endeavor so Ida decided if we find this Joker we will capture him alive Nezu said immediately Sir Night Eye comes in running opening the door hard making everyone look at him turn on the news. Now. Asterisk they turn on the news and what they see is shocking. Time back hours before the meeting the place a park at night. We see our Izuku just finishing his latest victim this one finally said where Overhaul's secret base of operation the largest building in the abandoned part of the city where villains like to hang out Izuku rest in the park's bench as he impaled his knife on the ground he appeared. J Izuku Joker Izuku G Izuku Ghost Izuku. Izuku sighed hee you again. J Izuku said ever since he started killing he started to hallucinate his former self asterisk Yami again when are you gonna stop killing? That's not what heroes are supposed to do asterisk G Izuku said with All Might voice asterisk H. Eeeeehahaha that was pretty good but I am not a H. Ha 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 hero I am a villain that hunts other villains and you. Hee you're nothing more than a faded memory of someone who was blind J Izuku said fine but you know one of these days you're gonna run into. Asterisk G Izuku tried to say but J Izuku quickly got up put his hoodie on grabbed his knife and left Uncle Aizawa. Asterisk G Izuku said out of J Izuku distance before disappearing tisk damn ghost. J Izuku said as he started walking to the abandoned part of the city he made it and looked around a few years back a fight between All Might and All for One happened and destroyed a large part of the district many lives were lost it cost too much to repair so the city decided to just abandon it making it the perfect place for villains to call home Izuku makes it to the building the only place that got rebuilt before the city decided to abandon it and looked up to the former grown jewel of the city the Yayorozu Tower now the main base of Overhaul's operation asterisk. Izuku looked at the picture of little Eri. Eri. I am coming for you. Izuku said before he started to walk inside. You might be wondering why Izuku cares so much of this little girl. Well, flashback, we see a 12-year-old Izuku walking home alone, keeping his head down. His sister Izumi and her friends insulted him and called him a freak because of his laughing. That's when he hears the sound of screams. Izuku goes running to see what's going on and sees Overhaul killing a mother and father. Izuku came into the scene. Ha ha ha, why? Why? Uhh. Ha 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 s. Stop, h. Hehe, Izuku said, nervous and scared. His pseudo-buller effect hitting full force. Overhaul looked at him and started walking towards him when worry not, for I am here. Out of the blue, All Might and Sir Night Eye came into the scene. Kid, get back, we will handle it, Sir Night Eye said before Overhaul started running. Being outnumbered 2-1, both heroes made chase of the villain. Izuku wanted to see more, so he followed. Not before someone grabbed his leg. He looked down and saw the little girl's mother. Barley alive, please. Save my Eri, she said, giving Izuku a picture of Eri. Izuku got the picture. I will, I promise, Izuku said, and went running. He found All Might and Night Eye arguing. Why did you let them escape? All Might asked. Sir Night Eye rolled his eyes, annoyed at his friend. Man, you're dumb, think about it, if we let him escape it will lead us to his lair, Sir Night Eye said. End of flashback. Only it didn't. That was 2 years ago, and Overhaul is still free, but not for much longer. He failed to save her the first time, but he was just a kid with no powers now. Now is different. He's gonna make good on his promise and save her or die trying. Third person, Izuku walks inside. You might be wondering how he can just walk right on in there. Well, because Izuku sent Overhaul and his team on a wild goose chase for a huge truck of cocaine that is now in the bottom of a lake. Izuku looks around and starts with the basement. Izuku stops at the foot of the basement door and has flashbacks of his time in the Yagus basement living there. Izuku remembers for and powers through downstairs. It was quiet. The only sound that could be heard was Izuku footsteps as he slowly makes his way down. Once he did, it was dark, so he turned on the light. AMD saw the basement filled with doors. Izuku comes close to one and opens the tiny window and sees at least 7 women in one tiny room together. They all see the window open and fall back scared. Izuku opens the door and goes to the next one and the next and the next and so on until he opens every door. Little by little, men, women and children, all with different injuries, come out. He ha ha ha. Hello, you may call me Joker, and I am here looking for a little girl. Have any of you seen this girl? Izuku said, showing the picture. One pink-haired girl raises her hand. I have. Oh. Overhaul keeps her in the laboratory. I don't know what room that is. Sorry. The pink-haired girl said. Heh, not a problem, thank you for your help. Now leave, go to the nearby park and wait, their help will come in a few hours. I'll take care of things here, Izuku said. Everyone thanked him before leaving. Izuku went up and saw them leave before going up level by level trying to find the laboratory. He was almost at the top when he finally found it. He opened the door and saw something. The fuck is this? Izuku said as he walked to the monitors and sees some documents. Nomu? He opens the document and reads it. He is shocked. He takes the document and keeps looking. Eventually he finds a secret door. He tries to open it but it's locked. Izuku could find the key but he rather opens the door and sees a little girl trembling. Eri, Izuku said as he gets closer. Please don't hurt me. Eri said, trembling. Izuku got close enough and took out the wires on Eri's body, kissing her little horn. I am not gonna hurt you, I promise. My name is Izuku. I've been looking for you for a long time. I am here to get you out of here, Izuku said. Eri with tears jumps on Izuku, hugging him hard. Please don't let him hurt me anymore. Eri said in a broken voice as Izuku hugged back. It's okay, I am here. I am gonna take care of you, I promise. Izuku said before lifting her and leaving that lab. Izuku got down a few levels before stopping. I can't let this place stay like this, Izuku said before making it to the weapons room. They're taking a gun and pulled that under it, said H. Hee haha, quirk cancelling bullets. This is gonna be fun, Izuku said, laughing, scaring Eri at first but she got used to it fast enough. Izuku took the gun and one case with 24 bullets before taking all the C4 bombs and connecting them at every level. As he goes down he makes it to the money room and fills 3 backpacks full of money before making it to the first floor, connecting the last bomb. Well, what have we here? Izuku looked and sees him. Overhaul. I say as I put Eri and the money on the ground. I don't know who you think you are but I am gonna be nice and let you escape. Leave the girl and the money, Overhaul said. I just laugh, ha 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 ha, and if I don't? Izuku said as Overhaul points a gun at him. I don't have time for this, Overhaul said before shooting Izuku. But it does nothing? I just shot you with a quick cancelling bullet. You have no power to defend yourself. Now leave, you're wearing my posse, and Overhaul said, getting mad. I crack my neck, Eri. Sweetheart, go hide behind the door, Izuku said. Eri scared did as she was told. Overhaul tried to use his quirk in the ground but it did nothing. He was shocked. He looked up and saw that Izuku has shot him with the same quirk cancelling bullets. Now about me leaving, Izuku said as he cracks his knuckles. Asterisk, what's your name, kid? I wanna know the name of the person who has the ball to challenge me before I kill him, Overhaul said as he takes his tie and jacket. You can call me Joker, Izuku said as both getting close to the other, and that happened. Izuku is Amai Cosmo and Overhaul is Adam Dudley. Izuku breathing hard as he lets go of Overhaul. Overhaul drops on the ground passed out. Izuku feels his damage, one broken arm and a lot of broken ribs. Tisk, damn, this is gonna hurt for a long time. Hey, ha 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 ha. Izuku said, laughing at the pain to himself as Eri comes out. Izuku. Aris said, looking at him. Izuku looks at Eri before smiling and kneeling down. Asterisk, that bad man won't hurt you anymore, Eri, let's go. Izuku said, smiling as Eri ran to him, hugging, crying. Eri uses her quirk to heal Izuku. Izuku smiles as he gets up holding Eri and the money. Before walking away he went to the park and sees everyone waiting with the news team getting interviewed of what happened to them all. The news team sees me and points the camera to me. Meanwhile back at the meeting everyone was shocked to say the least, listening in on the victims of Overhaul and what he did to them. Then the Joker come into view. The news reporter gets closer to him. Mr. Joker, you saved all this. People tell me, are you not scared of Overhaul finding you? Asterisk, the news reporter said everyone was shocked that Joker saved all these people. Nezu wanted him in his school even more than ever. Aizawa had a shit-eating grin on his face. They see Izuku weigh nothing and just gave a little girl All Might and Sir Night. I remember very well. All Might was glad she was now safe and pissed at Night Eye for letting her get capture for 2 years. Anyway, Joker gave the little girl the button. Eri, sweetheart, press this button. Eri does and the whole building blows up. Asterisk, not really, Overhaul was in that building. He's dead. No one said anything. Then the people Izuku saved started clapping, cheering for him. Izuku laughs and smiles before giving everyone a share of the money. Mr. Joker, I need to remind you that we are live and the heroes are no doubt in their way. Any last words before you leave? Asterisk, the reporter said, making the heroes jump into action and scramble to get there as fast as possible while Nezu and Aizawa stayed. As Joker looks into the camera, look at this face. Well, I am the new vigilante Joker, ha 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 ha, Izuku said, laughing before grabbing Eri one of the bags full of money and runs out of sight just before the heroes arrive to help everyone. I want him in my class, school, Nezu and Aizawa said in unison. 3 months later. It's been 6 months since Izuku became beautiful and 3 since saving these people from Overhaul. After saving all these people from Overhaul, public opinion of the Joker was a lot more positive, even if his methods were violent. We find ourselves with Izuku running with groceries on his hand. He had just killed another associate of Overhaul, giving him a permanent smile on his face. But he did it in broad daylight, so a hero caught him doing it. Not just any hero, no, it had to be his uncle Aizawa. Asterisk. Shit. Izuku thought while he was running from roof to roof, laughing from how nervous he was. If his uncle caught him, he's not ready to face him yet. Next to Izuku we see Ghost Izuku floating next to him, his arm crossed. You know you can't run forever, sooner or later you're gonna have to face him. Ghost Izuku said, ha 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 ha, shut ha up. Izuku said as he jumped from a huge building. Aizawa stopped and used his scarf to capture him, but Izuku cut it. Ambiance sound now till the end. Before crash landing in a garbage truck, Izuku looks up and sees Aizawa looking at him. He looks down quickly, scared he'll recognize him. Aw, what's the matter? Ashamed to show your face to your dear uncle? Asterisk G, Izuku said in a mocking tone. Izuku threw a can to him, but it passed through him. I am not here, remember, I am nothing more than a memory of someone who was blind. Asterisk G, Izuku said in an almost demonic voice. J, Izuku sighs before jumping off the garbage truck. As soon as it got close to his home, Eri hugged his leg. Big mistake. Ew, you smell stinky, Eri said, pulling away, making Izuku chuckle. He, I know, I'll take a ha 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 bath after that. I'll make us lunch, Izuku said, escaping to the bathroom and takes a bath while thinking about his uncle and how he will react when he sees him. Izuku sighs as he finished taking a shower, cleans the hot steam from his mirror and looks at himself. He's gonna hate you, you know. Asterisk G, Izuku said, appearing out of thin air. J, Izuku had nothing to say. I mean, how could he still love a killer like you? Asterisk G, Izuku said. J, Izuku started holding the sink harder. Ah, what, I am making you mad? It's the truth, I mean, your father hates you. Asterisk G, Izuku said. Shut up. Asterisk G, Izuku said, barely even a whisper. Your mother and sister hates you. Asterisk G, Izuku said. I said shut up. J, Izuku said, this time louder. Even you friends hated you, don't you remember, freak? Asterisk Izuku said that when Izuku snapped I said shut up. Izuku screamed before hitting the mirror breaking OT just, shut up. Izuku said not being able to look sad as he started crying and laughing. Eri came in quickly and hugged him tight as he cried she's gonna hate you too. Asterisk Izuku said before leaving. Izuku just hugged Eri and they stayed like that for God knows how long. Meanwhile with Aizawa he made it back to his home. Tired from trying to get the Joker he crashed on his couch but something was bugging his back. He took it out and it was Izuku's missing document, everything he has gathered, which was not much. The Yagas don't have any photos of him after the age of 4, which he found strange. The school denied to give out any video evidence, not to mention Izumi, Shoto, Shoka, Katsuki and Katsumi. They all got said the same thing almost as if it was rehearsed. There so many pieces missing. He sighs depressed thinking he will never find Izuku. He opens his wallet and sees a picture of little Izuku. Izuku always looked so happy to see Aizawa when he visited, now regretting not visiting more often. He started to cry thinking of his nephew, praying that he is okay somewhere. I will find you Izuku, I promise, Aizawa said as he thought about all the times he spent with Izuku, from cooking with him, going to the park, watching TV, sleeping, teaching him how to escape his scarf. That's when it hits him and he opens his eyes in shock. Could Izuku be? No, it's impossible, Aizawa said. 5 minutes later, Shota's wife Emi Aizawa aka Miss Joke Shota. What this? Emi asked as there was paper everywhere. Emi, okay, hear me out, Shota said before showing Emi his evidence that Joker is his nephew Izuku. Shoto equals Shota, Emi equals Izuku. How much sleep have you gotten, Sho? Emi said while cleaning up the papers. Asterisk that has nothing to sew with this. Shota said, honey, I love you, but if Izuku turns out to be Joker I won't say any jokes for a month. Now come on, let's go to sleep, Emi said, taking Shota to bed so he can have some much needed rest. Meanwhile we see a certain pink hair girl trying out her new costume that she made. Don't worry Pudding, we will see each other soon. Asterisk the pink hair girl said before giggling, grabbing her gun and running off to find her special little pudding place, a government built home. We see a certain pink hair girl building babies for her pudding. Ever since Joker saved May and the others from overhaul, she fell head over heels for him, finding and keeping every photo she could find of him on her wall. She sighs looking at the wall before kissing one of the pictures, giggling once. I find you, I will be your sidekick and I'll make amazing babies for you, Mr. J. May said, exited as it was nearing nighttime. Soon you might be wondering where are her parents dead. Overhaul killed them. Not only that, he kept lying to May, saying if she built things for him he will bring them back to life. Like a fool, May believed him until she made her last baby for that man, the anti-quirk gun, her biggest regret. But now that she's free she will make things right with her pudding. As soon as the clock said 12, May put her costume on and looked at the mirror. I am as cute as a button. As soon as my pudding sees me he is gonna love me. Look out villains, here comes the Joker's new sidekick, Harley Quinn, May said as she jumped out the windows and started running with a huge mallet on her back. She made it to the abandoned part OS down where she was saved. It was still filled with villains that will surely get the attention she want from her hero. She goes into an alley and spot a drug shipment coming with the boss's goons putting the drug inside the warehouse, and she smiled before hiding behind a dumpster. My pudding will notice me. Asterisk don't misunderstand, she might be head over heels in love but she is no pushover, as you're about to see. Harley see the two people guarding the truck and gets mad, the Abramovici twins. On the right we have Mr. Sickle and on the left Mr. Hammer. Both are former bodyguards of Overhaul that her pudding captured and tortured. They both lost their arm thanks to the Joker. Mr. Hammer got the worst of it. Her Joker carved a permanent smile on his face and carved a clown face on his chest before he could do the same to Mr. Sickle. He managed to escape and knock the Joker cold. They almost killed him. They almost killed her pudding. If you're wondering how she knows all this, it well. 7 flashback we see Izuku as he tied the Abramovici twins to the chair. It's been a month since Izuku fight with Overhaul and now Izuku was cleaning the remaining big dogs of Overhaul Empire. He my this is H. Ha, this is quite a list of crimes you both H. Ha, you both committed: stealing, killing, drug trafficking, all normal stuff, but there's 2 things here that well H. Ha, just piss me of kidnapping and rape. Now I hate that word, but I hate more the people who do such an awful thing. So what to do? What to do to you? Izuku said before grabbing a butcher's knife and started chopping Mr. Hammer's left arm. Mr. Hammer screamed in pain as his arm was chopped of. Now don't don't be a baby, almost done. Izuku said before grabbing a hot piece of iron and ram it on Mr. Hammer's open wound, now closing it there. Now for Mr. Sickle, Izuku said as he did the same to Mr. Sickle's left arm, making him cry out in pain. You bastard, I'll kill you. Mr. Hammer said. Izuku looked at Mr. Hammer. Ah, why so serious? Izuku said before sitting on Mr. Hammer's lap and holding him by his hair. Let's put a smile on that face. Ha 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 ha. Izuku laughs as he forces Mr. Hammer's mouth open and cuts a smile on Mr. Hammer's face. Now for the eyes. My, what pretty eyes you have, Izuku said before cutting Mr. Hammer's eyelids. Now for the finishing touch, Izuku said as he carved a clown on Mr. Hammer's chest. Izuku gets up. Now for Mr. Izuku tried to say but was knocked out cold by Mr. Sickle, who managed to escape. Mr. Sickle started to let Mr. Hammer free, meanwhile with May watching from afar at her putting at work. As soon as Mr. Hammer grabbed Joker by his hair, May came running, grabbed Mr. Hammer's hammer and smashed it against Mr. Hammer's knees, making him fall to the ground screaming. May took the Joker and quickly ran away before Mr. Sickle could touch her. Once she was in a far enough distance, she was able to see her hero up close. Her pudding was right there next to her. She wanted to kiss him so bad, but she wanted Mr. J to be awake when she finally does that, so she left a note for him before leaving. Present May grabs her hammer and jumps out, getting the Abramovici twins by surprise, immediately smashing Mr. Hammer's face to the wall, crushing his skull, brain matter all over the wall. Hammer, Mr. Sickle said before May smashed her hammer on Mr. Sickle's chest, breaking many ribs. Mr. Sickle tries to breath, but his lungs are being filled with blood coming out of his mouth. He's gonna die in a few minutes. I could kill and end your pain, but you hurt my pudding, May said before leaving, skipping up and down. That's when May spots him, her pudding being chased by Endeavor Hellflame. Endeavor said as a huge wave of fire hits Thr Joker pudding. May said running to him as Joker falls on the ocean. Back skip at the start of chapter 7, Izuku version of that night. We see Izuku with binoculars looking at a warehouse that he heard one of Overhaul Man was staying in. Word on the street ESA that he was slowly building his own empire. The name of this person, Harvey Dent, a sleazy lawyer that helped Overhaul get away scot-free from jail many times. This wasn't the first time Izuku meet Harvey, as he remembers the day he meet the bastard all too well. Flashback: Izuku just finished torturing another victim. Still no leads on the whereabouts of Overhaul, but he did give Izuku a name, Harvey Dent. Apparently he's a lawyer for Overhauls and other villains, and he's almost untouchable. All the villains sent guards to keep him safe. That's how good he was. Izuku preparing for a fight, putting the bullets on his gun. When he comes back, getting ready to kill again. I see *G, Izuku said as Izuku ignores him. I am sure Uncle Aizawa would be so proud of you right now. He's nephew, a criminal, a killer. What happened to the kid? They wanted to be a hero. *G, Izuku asked J. Izuku stopped for a moment and remember all the times he saw heroes saving people. He smiled a little, remembering one night where his uncle took him and Izumi out for patrol. The mention of his sister ruined the moment, though. Now he was remembering every time she hurt him, every time she insulted him, every time she took what little money he had. Well, she did deserve that money more than you. She has an amazing quirk. While you're just a freak, J. Izuku said as J. Izuku took his gun and shoots J. Izuku in the head, making him disappear. Even though J. Izuku knew he would return, he always does. It's still worth it in his eyes, if nothing more than for a few moments of silence. He closed his eyes for minutes and gets up and started getting ready. He put on his suit and left his apartment, making it to Harvey Dent's house, and looks at it. There was a party going on inside, was full of villains, dirty cops and dirty heroes. Izuku knew he had no chance against all of them, so he had to get creative. He went in the back where there was a team of caterers working. He sneaked his way inside, grabbed a plate and went into the party. As a waiter he looked around, remembering the faces of the villains and dirty cops, and he saw a familiar face, Endeavor. He was in the party and talking to Harvey Dent himself. Izuku kept a close eye on them. Hey you, Harvey called Izuku. Shit, Izuku thought as he got closer to them. Finally, I've been waiting forever for some food. I've paid good money for your services. Don't make me wait again, Harvey said, taking some food from Izuku's plate. Sorry sir, I promise it won't happen again, Izuku said, trying his hardest to not laugh, since if Endeavor heard his laugh he would recognize Izuku for sure. Did I say you could talk back? Harvey said, serious before laughing. Relax, I am just messing with you. Lighten up a little anyway, NG. Don't worry this Joker fellow, it's just a urban legend. No one's even seen him. It's you have nothing to worry about. Trust me, Harvey said. I suppose you're right, Endeavor said. Of course I am right. Hey, trust me, I wad the one who got that bitch Ray into the loony bin when she was gonna tell the public about your children problem, Harvey said laughing. Endeavor laughs with him. Izuku was shocked and angry. Rei Todoroki was one of the few people who treated him kindly like Aizawa. Izuku left before he said something. Once he blended in the party, Izuku made his way to the second story and breaks inside a room by picking the lock. Izuku looked around and smiled. He was in Harvey Dent's home office. He had to act fast, so he looked for every little piece of evidence he could find but got nothing. He gotta give it to the guy, he is good at Ha ha ha, he is good at hiding things, Izuku said as he sighed and went on to the main point of his plan. He left a white box with a green bow on the table with a note asterisk, a gift, love, Joker. End of flashback. Izuku smirked, remembering what was inside the box as he jumps down the roof he was in and landed on the ground. He made his way inside the building through the shadows. Once he was inside, he looked around and found nothing. What the hell? Izuku said before dropping to the floor unconscious. Hours later, when he woke up, he was tied to a chair. Well, look what we have here, Harvey said, coming out of the shadows. The Joker, Harvey said. Man, Harvey, you look like shit, Izuku said before Harvey punched him, breaking his nose. The name's Two-Face, thanks to you. Two-Face said, angry. Izuku just laughs. Oh right, that little box, Izuku said as he spit blood on Two-Face's face, making Two-Face more angry as he cleans himself up. It's about time you pay up for what you did to us, Harvey said. Us? Izuku said as the Abramovici twins comes out of the shadow. Hey. Hee ah ha 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 fuck my life, Izuku say while laughing like a madman, tossing around the chair laughing. Mr. Hammer gets closer, about to hit him, but Two-Face stops him. Wait, you work for me now, we're doing things my way now then, Joker, remember this? Two-Face said as he takes out a coin. Remember this, Joker? Two Faces said, visibly angry. Izuku chuckles. Ha 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 ha, yeah, the coin I put in the box along with ha 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 along with ha 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 along with Heh man, I can't even say it without laughing, Izuku said asterisk the acid bomb, Two-Face said as he hit Izuku on the face. Man, can't believe you were dumb enough to open it, Izuku said as Harvey hits him again before composing himself. Okay, this is how this is gonna play out. Heads, Mr. Hammer gets to hit you. Tails, Mr. Sickle gets to hit you. Let's start, Two-Face said before tossing the coin in the air and it lands on head. Okay, Mr. Hammer, go get him, Harvey said as Mr. Hammer came close enough. Izuku blows him a kiss, smirking as Hammer rams his hammer on his chest, causing him to puke out blood and his dinner, leaving a huge purple wound on his stomach and a lot of broken ribs. Well, that was fun, let's see who goes next, asterisk Two-Face said as he flips his coin and it lands on tail. Well, Mr. Sickle, come on up, Two-Face said as Sickle came up. AMD, impale his sickle on Izuku's chest, making him scream and laugh at the same time as he feels Mr. Sickle take his sickle out. Izuku feels the blood coming out of his wound. The Abramovici twins and Two-Face were surprised to say the least as Izuku blood was a toxic green. What's wrong, never seen green blood before, Izuku said, laughing and breathing heavily in pain, and it doesn't get any better. For half an hour they beat Izuku up his upper body with Izuku laughing all the time. Enough, Mr. Hammer, Mr. Sickle, you have a shipment of drugs to deliver. I'll finish this, Two-Face said as they left, and Two-Face takes out a white and green gun. Remember this, clown? I am gonna kill you with the same gun you gave me, Two-Face said, laughing. Izuku laughs with him. Two-Faces has enough of this and points the gun at Izuku's face. I am sick of your act, clown. You don't have any special powers, you're gonna die here. And you laugh. Look what you did to us. What gives you the right? Harvey yelled, angry, taking out his white and green gun that was in the box. I am gonna kill you with the same gun you gave me. Any last words? Two-Face said, ha. The right? Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's rich, Harvey, coming from two rapists and one shitty lawyer that works on keeping bad guys out of jail. Ha 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 ha. In cracking up over, do you realize how pathetic you sound? You want to know why I choose you to live instead of killing? It's because you're nothing. Harvey. Izuku laughing while Harvey looked more pissed. The name why, Two-Face said, hush now, Harvey. You know it's true, all it took was a little acid on the face and everything you stood for, like not getting your hands dirty, goes out the window. And it turns out you were just waiting for the chance to pretend to be one of the gangster you helped get out of jail so many times, Izuku said when he's interrupted by Harvey. Shut up, Joker, Harvey said, grinding his teeth, asterisk let me say this in ways you'll understand. Nobody respects you. Does goons you hired don't respect you. They, like everyone else, just tolerates you. So you want to pull that trigger? Go on, I dare ya, Izuku said without laughing, making Two-Face even more uncomfortable. About to pull the trigger. Just one thing to keep in mind, I made you, I gave you that face, I gave you your coin, I gave you that gun. Can you really be sure that I didn't see this coming too? Izuku said before breaking free from his chair, getting closer to Two-Face, making Two-Face walk back. Maybe I made that gun shoot backward, maybe it will give you a heart-stopping shock, Izuku said, dashing towards Harvey and putting the gun on his own head. Or maybe, just maybe, I lies about everything, made up all this bullshit and it will shoot one straight through my head. You can shoot then, all two say you had a change of heart and for once do something good, Izuku said while starting to laugh again. What do y'all think? A lot of options. Hope that little coin I gave you has enough sides. Hee ha ha ha. Izuku finished laughing like a madman too. Face got mad and shot the gun, only Izuku was telling the truth. It gave him a heart-stopping shock and it was backwards, so he shot himself in the head. Izuku sighs, pathetic. Now to find the Abramovici asterisk, Izuku said as he left, slowly feeling pain all over his body. That's when they see each other's Endeavor and Izuku both freeze, but Izuku is the first to run, ignoring the huge amount of pain he was feeling right now and dodging the fireballs Endeavor was throwing until he threw a huge wave of fire. As I drop on the ocean, I hear someone yell, pudding. If you're wondering where I was, university got me busy. Last time May spots him, her pudding being chased by Endeavor Hellflame. Endeavor said as a huge wave of fire hits THR Joker pudding. May said, running to him as Joker falls on the ocean. Now third person Pav May ran to her pudding and see Izuku passed out with Endeavor grabbing him by his neck asterisk, let go of him. May said as Endeavor looks at May, but not soon enough as he feels pain on his chest as May hit him with her hammer, making him drop Izuku as his breath leaves his body. May, not wasting any time, grabs him by his hair and knees, his face breaking. Endeavor knows, you little bitch. Endeavor said as he tried to use his quirk, but nothing happened. They heard a gun shoot and they both see Izuku completely fine. By that I mean he was not burned at all. He still had the bruises he received by Two-Face and his goons, but his clothes are another story. He was bare ass naked, much to May's pleasure. You done goofed, Izuku said looking at Endeavor. Izuku barely being able to stand up. May runs to him and grabs him so he doesn't fall. How the blood-soaked villain, hell are you not burned? Endeavor yelled, trying to get up but could not from the pain, not being able to move a lot without huge amount of pain on his body. Fuck you, that's how Izuku said before they hear more heroes coming. May grabbed Izuku like a princess and ran. Izuku, not having any other choice, told May where he lived and May took Izuku there and opens the door. You might be thinking, does Izuku let Eri all alone when he goes out? Of course not. We see Eri playing with some plants. Hey Eri baby, where's your babysitter? Izuku said, groaning. Daddy? Eri said, jumping to Izuku, making him groan in pain. Eri notices and heals him up. Izuku smiles, thanks baby doll, I needed that. Now where is? Out of nowhere the plant Eri was playing got bigger and a woman came out of it. Relax Joker in here taking care of her like I promise. Poison Ivy aka Ibarra said, you might be wondering why Poison Ivy is babysitting little Eri. Well, apart from Eri being so cute, well, that's simple. They made a deal. Joker doesn't hunt her down when she's doing villain stuff. In exchange, Ivy takes care of Eri when Joker's away. Now on to you, Izuku said, getting off of May. Much to her disappointment, Ivy covered him with some vines to not ruin little Eri's innocence asterisk. Okay, so who are you and why did you save me? Izuku asked, looking at May, making her blush. I am Harley Quinn, your new sidekick. May said, nervous as everyone looked at her like she grew a second head. I don't need a sidekick, sorry miss, it's better if you don't get involved with what I do. Izuku said, wait, at least consider it. I can be extremely helpful. I can build you lots of cute babies, for example this. May said before showing Izuku a bomb with a smile on it asterisk. A bomb? I mean it's cute, but why would I need that when I can just buy one? Izuku asked, making May chuckle. This is not a normal bomb, it's a Joker bomb. It realizes a toxic gas that will make its victims laugh into a coma with a huge sick smile on their face. May said. Izuku looked interested. And you can make stuff like this? Izuku asked as May nods and starts a huge rant of what she can build for him until Izuku holds his hand up and sighs, fine, I guess I could use a sidekick, Izuku said, which made May jump up and down, clapping her hands out of joy. You won't regret it. Oh, how did you survive being burned like that? May asked, blushing, looking at Izuku's chest. I used this, Izuku said, going to the bathroom and coming back giving May a bottle Batman's fire repellent ointment. May asked, confused. Oh, that actually worked. Ivy asked, shocked. Yup, I saw it on an infomercial special 2-for-1 fire and shark repellent. Ever since the Waynes lost their fortune to the Yaoyorozu family, they really started selling themselves to make a quick buck. I am glad Bruce Wayne is dead so he doesn't see how low his legacy has fallen. I am surprised it worked, to be honest, though I am gonna need clothes, Izuku said as both Ivy and May squeals shopping. They say in unison with stars in their eyes since they can dress Izuku and Eri like little dolls. As Izuku tried to escape his fate, Ivy grabbed him with her vines as they left May holding Eri, who surprisingly felt safe in Harley's arm. I am back. No, I still have a broken tooth, but pain-wise is no longer an issue since my mom bought me very strong drugs that are doing wonders. Alright, let's do this. Last time. I am gonna need clothes, Izuku said as both Ivy and May squeals shopping. They say in unison with stars in their eyes since they can dress Izuku and Eri like little dolls. As Izuku tried to escape his fate, Ivy grabbed him with her vines as they left May holding Eri, who surprisingly felt safe in Harley's arm. Present. We see Joker aka Izuku being dragged by Poison Ivy aka Abara Shiozaki with Harley Quinn aka May Hatsume by her aid with Eri on May's arms. Izuku had to admit he was happy to see Eri so calm with someone who isn't him. It took Ivy weeks for Eri to start opening up to her, and with this Harley Quinn character Eri was comfortable from the beginning. Izuku will need to ask them when Ivy's not there. There's a past they're not telling him. We made it. Now let's get Joker here some new clothes, May said, smiling from ear to ear, almost looking like Izuku permanent smile he made for himself. Izuku looked up and they were at a rundown Haromart. Izuku sighing, let's just get this over with, Izuku said as they made it inside and look for any clothes for Izuku and Eri. I found something, Ivy said as she threw it at Izuku and made him go to the change room there. Izuku looked at his body in the broken mirror at the different white parts surrounding his body. Sighing, he put the fake tattoo see-through t-shirt and jacket and came out for Ivy, May and Eri to see. Yeah. No, you look like a gangster, May said, making Eri giggle. Doesn't Daddy look silly, sweetheart? May said to Eri. Yes, very silly, Eri said, continuing to giggle as Izuku rolled his eyes, happy nonetheless that Eri was having fun. My turn here, putting try thus out, May said, giving Izuku a new change of clothes. As Izuku got back inside and took out his clothes, Izuku knew he was coming. Wow, look at all those scars, G, Izuku said, levitating next to Jay. Izuku, you're not real, you're not real, you're not real, Jay. Izuku kept repeating to himself, true, but I am real enough inside your mind, and look at all of this just proves they didn't love you, G, Izuku said, laughing. Before going back inside, Izuku had making him feel more insane than he already is. Izuku sighs and puts the new clothes on, not looking at the mirror, not wanting to see the scars. Izuku comes out and the girls see him. Not bad, the cigarette is a nice touch, Ivy said with May agreeing, but Eri shook's head. No, I don't like you smoking, Daddy, it reminds me of him, Eri said. Her voice was so broken. Remembering Overhaul, I sigh and look behind her. What's this? Izuku said, grabbing the clothes that were on Eri's back. The clothes I choose for you, Daddy, Eri said, smiling. I give a small smile and go back inside. I take of May's clothes and put on Eri's clothes and come out. Everyone is shocked as I grab Eri and kiss her on her forehead. I choose this one, Izuku said, making Eri happy. Her father choose her clothes, that's great. And all, but we gotta go. I left one of my plants out for lookout and a certain bunny hero is coming this way, Ivy said. They all nods and start running away, since they don't want to fight the good guys. Well, Ivy does, but she's not dumb enough to fight with Eri there, since Joker would be pissed if Ivy ruined his innocent little girl. Once they made it out of sight and returned to their apartment complex, Ivy said her goodbyes to little Eri and gave her number to May. If you ever want to have a girls' night and paint the town red, call me, Ivy said before leaving. Izuku sighed and looked at May, who was all giggly about being alone with Izuku. Look, we're like one big happy family, May said, smiling. Izuku just rolled his eyes. There's something you two are not telling me, so spill it now, Izuku said, getting straight to the point. May sighed. You don't remember me? How could you? I mean, I was just one in so many, May said, confusing Izuku until she took her costume and makeup off. You're the pink hair girl I saved from Overhaul, Izuku said, a little disappointed that she was not white like him. The name's May Hatsume, and yes, I am. I was also Overhaul slaved scientist, since he forces me to keep building him things. In exchange he would bring my parents back to life, May said. My worst regret is creating this damn Quirka racing bullets, the only baby I regret making since I didn't know I was hurting little Eri. That's why I want to be your sidekick, Mr. J, to fix the wrongs I made in my past, May finished. Izuku nods, understanding her pain even if it's just a little. So what's the next villain we're gonna face, Mr. J? May said. Simple, the Yaoyorozu are having a party soon and I'm Izuku looked at May as she give him puppy eyes, making Izuku sigh. I mean, we are gonna crash it. Now third person. We see May and Izuku in both handcuffs on Recovery Girl's office. Izuku passed out on the bed with May next to him. Recovery Girl Nezu and Shota Aizawa, you two were a difficult persons to hunt down, Mr. Joker and Harley Quinn, Nezu said, but May kept quiet, no response. That's fine, doesn't matter, we are gonna find out more about you soon enough, Nezu said. May looked at him confused until the door opened. Hello, I'm Orheim Kurosaki, aka the memory hero. Orheim said, making May pale, and tried to escape to no avail. How did our vigilante duo get here? 5. Flashback. We see Izuku and May in the couch talking about the Yaoyorozu heist while little Eri was asleep. On Izuku's lap. Okay, here's the plan, you're gonna dress as a waiter and get Momo Yaoyorozu away from everyone, then kidnap her. While you do that, I am gonna make a distraction for you to escape, Izuku said, surprised at himself that he wasn't laughing. May's happy attitude was helping him. It's been a few months since she became Izuku's sidekick, and she was really pulling her weight, helping him on nights out, especially in making him some gadgets like a cane sword, acid flower, and a gas gun that shoots May's Joker gas. Alright, but why are we doing this? May asked. You'll find out soon enough. We are gonna send the world a message. Let's go, Izuku said, grabbing Eri and putting her to bed and kissing her forehead. I'll be right back, my little angel, Izuku said before leaving. Time skip. Inside the party, we see May with a plate of food on her hand going around the room searching for Momo Yaoyorozu, and there she was. Momo, the princess of the Yaoyorozu family, surrounded by boys her age, some even older, trying to win her hand. May could see how uncomfortable she was, so she got closer. Excuse me, miss, but there's a problem in the kitchen that needs your utmost importance, May said, winking at Momo, who got what she was trying to do. Ah yes, thank you so much, I'll be right there, Momo said. May grabbed her hand and took Momo with her. Thank you so much for that, Momo said, sighing. No problem, must be a real pain, May said. As soon as she said pain, a school bus rama inside the wall, sending one person to the ground. Everyone shock and gets away, and out comes out Joker with a small machine gun. Ladies and gentle, this is a heist, all your money in the bus now. Joker said he shoot the roof to threaten them. Everyone so distracted by the Jokers they don't see May injecting Momo with a sleeping drug and dragging her out. Who do you think you are? Some fat snob, said. Joker said nothing except shoot him with the gas gun, as the snob started laughing like a maniac before collapsing on the ground with a smile on his face. Ha 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 ha, I am the fucker with the gun now, everyone, ha ha ha, I'll not say this again, money in the bus now. Izuku yelled, and all complied. Why thank no now, ha 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 ha, why the long faces, how about we, ha ha ha, how about we, ha 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 ha, how about we all have a big happy smile, Joker said before throwing some Joker gas bombs. As they explode on impact, everyone starts laughing and laughing till they're on the floor with a huge sickeningly smiles on their faces. As Izuku was about to get on the bus, he feels pain in his gut and is sent to the wall. Hey, why if it isn't All Might? Izuku said, smiling with blood coming out his mouth as he slowly gets up. Tell me, how is your son doing? Joker said, smirking. Don't you dare bring him up, you villainous scum. All Might said, and immediately jumped forward to attack Joker. Joker dodges as All Might's fist connects to the wall, breaking it. Ha 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 ha, why are you fighting? We are both villains. Joker said, laughing before throwing a right hook at All Might's face. I am nothing like you. All Might yelled as he ran to Joker. I know about Izuku, Joker said, making All Might stop his fist inches from the Joker's face. You're bluffing, All Might said. As Joker laughs, all begins with how I peeled the layers of the boy's mind. Oh, he tried to fight it at first. You would have been proud even without powers. He was so strong, but all too soon the serum and the shocks took their toll, Joker said. The look on All Might's face was priceless for Izuku, and the dear lad began to share such secrets with me, secrets that are mine alone to know. Toshinori, Joker said as Toshinori had a serious expression on his face. It's true, mighty, I know every you did to him, and kinda like a kid who opens his Christmas present early. I just admit OTS, sadly anticlimactic. Behind all the muscles and power, you're nothing more than a villain. It'd be funny it weren't so pathetic. Oh, what the hell, I'll laugh anyway. Izuku said, laughing so hard toxic green blood was coming out his mouth as All Might came at him, punching him over and over until someone stopped him. That's enough. The person yelled. Both looked, and it was Shota with May in tow. Captured. Izuku kept laughing until he passed out due to the pain. Back to the present. After a trip to Recovery Girl, Izuku was fine but still pass out, and there they were. Izuku and May captured. Izuku after 1.5 years of being the Joker, and May 6 months of Harley Quinn now. Miss Kurosaki here is gonna look into your memories. Let's start with the Joker, Nezu said with a sick smile on his face, finally being able to see who he really Was Orihime touched the Joker's forehead and showed them everything that smiled on Nezu's face, quickly disappearing, for one of shock recovery girl was crying because of what she was seeing happen to her nephew. No one more than Shota, seeing everything that Izuku went through. As more we saw, the more and more mad he got, to the point he left the office walking. He sees All Might in the teacher's lounge in his civilian form. Ah, hello Shota, do we finally know who Joker really is? Toshinori said all the thing he just saw running through Shota's head as he jumps on Toshinori and starts beating him to a pulp until midnight. AMD Mike hold him and try to calm him down with no avail as Shota moves around violently trying to get free to keep beating All Might until midnight uses her quirk and Shota sending him to sleep. Scene: Recovery Girl's office, third person. We see Recovery Girl, Mei and Gran Torino sitting next to the bed. Izuku, it's been a week and quite a lot has happened. Flashback. After Shota calmed down, we see him, police, the Yagis, Gran Torino, the Todorokis and the Bakugo family together in Nezu's office. Toshinori still beat up since Recovery Girl refused to heal him. Now I am sure you are all wondering why I call you here. Nezu said. They all nod. Izuku, Yagi. Dot was found. Nezu said. Everyone is shocked, no one more than the kids, but Dot, how? Izumi yelled, scared. Who cares, my baby boy is back, is he safe? Inko asked. Shota wanted to punch her. Put Emi hold his hand to calm him down. Yes. We found him and we found some interesting things. As well, Ms. Kurosaki, you can come in now, Nezu said, and Orihime Kurosaki came in, making All Might and Inko worried. Hello everyone, I am Orihime Kurosaki, otherwise known as Memory Hero, since my quirk allows me to see inside the memories of anyone I choose and share them with people. Orihime said. Now the Yagi family and the Todoroki and Bakugo twins started to sweat. Now before I show you what Orihime saw, I must warn you, it's disturbing, Nezu said. All Might stood up. Nezu, sir, I don't think that's. All Might tried to say, ate your ass down before I beat it again, Shota said, dead serious. All Might sat down as Orihime showed Izuku memories. There they see Izuku getting beaten up by Izumi, the Todoroki and Bakugo twins, using him as a punching dummy. The parents were disgusted by their children's actions and also worried since Izuku was laughing and crying. How can he be laughing when he's being beaten up? Mitsuki asked, scared like Rei. Todoroki, Mitsuki Bakugo was always kind towards Izuku. She was just too busy to see the pain her children was doing. You see, young Izuku suffers from pseudobulbar effect, also known as PBA, or emotional incontinence, is a type of emotional disturbance characterized by uncontrollable episodes of crying, anger or other emotional displays. For our Izuku is laughter. PBA occurs secondary to a neurologic disorder or brain injury, and giving what you're seeing and what's next to come, I believe is safe to say Izuku has a brain injury and a brain disorder of some sort, Nezu said. Sighing, seeing the memories a second time was not easy, giving him slight PTSD when he was a lab subject. Everyone kept watching as the abuse of Izuku got worse. Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi were crying, saying sorry over and over again. Shota was looking down, ashamed of what he did to his first ever friend. Oh hell no, Endeavor said, grabbing Shoto's hair and making him watch. You did this, boy, you're gonna watch every minute of it, Enji said, pissed at his son and at himself. Your father is right, son, I am so ashamed of you. Rei said her relationship with Enji improved thanks to Joker, but that's a flashback for another chapter. As they continue to watch, the scene change to Inko and Toshinori insulting him, calling him all sorts of names. The main one, bnha freak, because of the uncontrollable laughter. This made Torino mad. No, mad can't describe the absolute rage he was feeling right now. He was so pissed off he broke his cane just by holding it. Toshinori. You are a dead man, Torino said, pure venom on his voice, making All Might sweat in fear. Then they see Izuku falling into the pool of toxic chemicals thanks to Izumi and the Todoroki and Bakugo twins. Mitsuki left the room, tears in her eyes, hand on her mouth, not being able to see anymore. You're both in so much trouble, Masura said, ashamed of his kids. Katsumi still crying, not being able to respond, while Bakugo had a look on his face that can't be described once they saw Izuku get out of the chemicals and what he did to the security guard Mike Schmidt. They figured OT out. Izuku is Joker. They all thought Shota was glad he was right and that Emi won't say any jokes for a month. Toshinori, his guilt was becoming heavier since he just punched Izuku into a coma. The voices of the former One for All users were screaming at him for what he did. Once Orihime finished, Nezu looked at All Might straight in the eye. Anything to say, old friend? Nezu said, old friend, with so much venom no one knew what animal he was, but he did have teeth, predator's teeth that he only showed when he was mad, and he was so mad right now. Sir, you see, me and Inko may not be the best parents, Toshinori said, sweating bullets. Understatement of the fucking year. We just saw what you both did and you think you can justify yourself. Shota screamed, not being able to haul it anymore. You neglected your son. My nephew is in a coma because of you. Exclamation mark. And why? Because he was quirkless, some he could not control. Shota screamed. Shota, go and take a walk to calm down, Nezu said. Shota and Emi Aizawa left not before Shota punched the wall, causing it to crack. Nezu sighs and looks serious again. Now on to the kids: Izumi, Yagi, Shuten, Shoka, Todoroki, and Katsuki and Katsumi. Bakugo, you all tormented, bullied and tortured Izuku. You all realize I should be putting you on jail. That's how bad you all screwed up. All I need to know is why, Nezu said, no emotion on his voice. Well, you see, uncle. Izumi tried to say no. I am not your uncle, Miss Yagi. You lost that privilege, Nezu said, serious, making Izumi sad, but nodded. You see, Nezu, we were scared that Izuku would die if he became a hero, so one of us came up with the idea that if we use our quirks on Izuku we could scare him into not becoming one, Izumi said, looking down. Whose idea was it? Nezu asked. Katsuki. Bakugo. Shoto. Todoroki said, looking down. His father Enji was still mad at Shota, but he was more mad at himself since it was his fault his kid grew up like this. I see. Then Mr. Bakugo, answer me this: am I a hero? Nezu asked. Katsuki said, pissed. Shoto betrayed him so fast. Really? Why? I don't have any super strength or super speed. I don't have any special ability except my intelligence that I got by being experimented on, so I was also born quirkless, Nezu said, remembering the awful things that he went through. How about Recovery Girl? Is she a hero? Or Shota? Both have quirks that are not sweets for combat, yet you see them as a hero. Hell, Shota Aizawa fights villains basically quirkless, yet you still see him as a hero. You all should be ashamed for being so close-minded. Izuku could have been a hero like Shota or like me with training, and what did you all do? You neglected him, abused him, tormented him, treated him no better than a lab rat in a cage, Nezu said, getting up and walking out of his office. I don't want to see you when I get back. The Yagis, Katsuki, Katsumi, Bakugo and Shoka Todoroki are banned from being anywhere near Izuku until he wakes up, and even then you'll be on thin ice. You will also go to counseling, every last one of you, Nezu said before leaving. Last time. Shoto was looking down, ashamed of what he did to his first ever friend. Oh hell no, Endeavor said, grabbing Shoto's hair and making him watch. You did this, boy, you're gonna watch every minute of it, Enji said, pissed at his son and at himself. Your father is right, son, I am so ashamed of you. Rei said her relationship with Enji improved thanks to Joker, but that's a flashback for another chapter. This is that chapter. We see Izuku running away from Enji. Todoroki, also known as Endeavor, jumping from roof to roof until Endeavor threw a fireball, making Izuku crash down with a dumpster, breaking his fall. I got you, you damn villain, Endeavor said. Izuku just laughs, green blood coming out of Izuku's mouth. The ha ha ha, the name is Joker, and if I am ha 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 ha, if I am ha 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 ha, if I am a villain, what does that make you? Joker asked. What are you talking about? Enji said, serious asterisk. Oh ha 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 ha, this is gonna be fun, I love guessing games. Ha ha ha, I don't know, abusing your family, sending your wife to a mental hospital, killing your own son. Does that ring any bells? Joker said before laughing in anger as her Auntie Rei is in the mental hospital against her will, and you are gonna tell nobody of any of that. This is where you will die, Enji screamed, pissed off that someone knows his secrets and you're late, Izuku said. Enji looked confused. Sorry, I was busy with my new baby. You asked for pudding, Harley said, giggling as Endeavor turned around just fast enough to see Harley Quinn swing her mallet at him, knocking him out cold. Is it ready? Izuku said as he got out of the dumpster, holding his side. Mei got next to him and put Izuku arm on her shoulder for support. Yup, you sure about this? We could just kill him, Mei said, looking at Endeavor. Unconscience body, I mean, think of the name we could create. Joker AMD Harley, the duo team who killed the number 2. Ow, Mei said, rubbing the back of her head as Izuku slapped her. There, we are not killing him, we are not the hero killer Stain. Unlike him, I believe in second chances, Izuku said. Then are you gonna forgive your family? Mei said. Izuku froze. Just shut up and call the robots, Izuku said coldly. Izuku told her of his past but refused to deal with it. Mei sighed as she pressed a button and a cauldron of robot bats colored like the Joker come out of the night sky and grab Endeavor, taking him to an abandoned warehouse. Time skip. We see Endeavor wake up groaning. He was handcuffed to a metal chair. He tried to melt it, but his quirk doesn't work. Ha 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 ha. Does our quirk canceling handcuffs, my dear firebender? Endeavor looked at who said that and saw the Joker. Where am I? Why am I here? Why not just kill me, you damn villain? Enji spits out, his voice full of venom. Ha 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 ha. Killing you would be too merciful for someone like you. No, I believe in second, and that's exactly what I am gonna give you. Ha 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 ha. By the end of it, you are gonna either be a changed man or you're gonna wish for death. Joker said with a sickening sweet smile. What are you gonna do? Endeavor said as he feels someone put a helmet on his head. You're gonna be my sweet pumpkin pie little lab rat on her new baby, Izuku said without laughing. Crank it up, Harley, Izuku said as Mei nods and activates the machine. Endeavor screams in pain as Izuku laughs. Good luck, Uncle Enji, Izuku said as Endeavor passed out. Inside the helmet, Enji pav. I wake up and look around. Where am I? I hear screams and I run to the sound. I see a little kid being tortured by a huge man, burning parts of his body. Hey, stop that, I say as I run towards the man and try to use my fire on him, but it didn't work. Only ice came out, which the man quickly melted. You dare use your ice on me? The man said before slapping me hard. I fall on the ground and look up. It was me. I saw the kid and it was my kid Tuya, young and scared mom. Tuya said before coming to me to protect me, but the other Enji stops him by grabbing him by his wrist, lifting him up in the air and throwing him to the wall. I feel something I never felt before. I was scared for my son Tuya. I screamed, but the other Enji slaps me again and picked me by my collar. Get out of my sight and don't you dare interrupt me from training my kid. Oh, Enji said as he threw me out of the room. I struggle to get up. Look in the mirror. I freeze in the body of my wife Rei Todoroki. Time skip. What felt like years. Enji saw everything he did through the eyes of Rei, all the pain he caused his family, and for what? For a meaningless number. Once Joker took out the helmet off of Enji to see Endeavor's spirit broken was a sight to behold. Why show me this? Enji said. Like I said, I am gonna kill you, Joker said before leaving a gun on Enji's lap. Your handcuff will automatically let you go in 5 minutes. You now have a choice, hero. You can make the long and hard journey to better yourself, fix your family, or you can take thr easy way out and shoot yourself. I leave the decision on to you, Joker said before leaving. No laughing. All that was heard was the Joker's footsteps as he left. Back to the present. Enji chose the hard road. His family was still in a rocky place, but they were making progress, all going to therapy. Now on to the real reason you're here. It's the middle of the day. Students going about their life. Recovery girl doing paperwork when he heard a heart monitor beeping faster. Recovery girl looked and Izuku was sitting, tossing and turning, blood coming out of his mouth and nose. Izuku jumped up with an almighty scream. Last time. It's the middle of the day. Students going about their life. Recovery girl doing paperwork when he heard a heart monitor beeping faster. Recovery girl looked and Izuku was sitting, tossing and turning, blood coming out of his mouth and nose. Izuku jumped up with an almighty scream. Let's do this, Izuku pav. I scream in pain, looking around scared. I see an old lady about to call someone by phone. I ran to her and took the phone from her, slammed it to the ground and smashed it with my foot. Izuku, calm down, not gonna, the old lady tried to say, but I turn around and leave, not before grabbing a scalpel. From the table I leave and start running through the halls with only a scalpel and a hospital gown, no idea where I was going. Meanwhile in Nezu's office, third person. We see Nezu watching the video cameras, watching Izuku run. Sir, we need to stop him and explain what's happening, Aizawa said, worried for his nephew. I am as worried as you are, but the Hero Commission wants proof that he deserves to be here and not in jail, so we have no choice. Let's just hope Izuku can manage them, Nezu said with venom as he makes a call to send them out. I hope you're right about this, Nezu, a member of the Hero Commission, said. Back to Izuku. Izuku pav. As I am running through the halls, there's no end in sight. When I make a turn, I am faced with them, my sister Izumi Yagi, my first friends Shoto Todoroki and Katsuki Bakugo, and my first crushes Shoka Todoroki and Katsumi Bakugo, the 5 people who used to mean the world to me. Now I look at them with nothing but hate, bro. Izumi tries to say, but I jumped at her, cutting her face, making it bleed. She falls back on her ass. You bastard. Katsuki said as he ised his quirk to come at me at extreme speed. It would have worked if Bakugo didn't use the same moves he did does years ago, always going for a right hook first, this time being no different as I grabbed him by the wrist of Bakugo's right hand and throw him to the window, breaking him and making him fall, hopefully to his death. Brother. Katsumi yelled. She looked at me with tears and anger in her face as she went to attack me, but like Bakugo she always starts with a left hook, so I grabbed it, pulled her towards the ground before I knee her in the face. I can hear the bone of her nose breaking as I then throw a door, breaking it. I feel heat, so I dodge, but not in time as some of the fire shooted by Shoka makes contact with my skin, burning it. I scream in pain, making Shoka stumble back. He. Ha 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 ha, something's never changes, still hurting me even after so long. I spit out while laughing, holding my shoulder in pain cause of the fire. Izuku, I am so sorry. Shoka said, coming closer quickly. I take this chance to ram my thumbs on her eyes. She screams and tries to push me away, but no luck, not until I am pushed by some unknown force. Why, look, and it was Izumi. Telekinizes. As I am falling to the ground, I throw the scalpel right in Izumi's gut, too fast for her to react. With her telekinizes, she falls on the ground. Izumi. I hear Shoto screams as he fires sharp shrapnel of ice towards me. I dodge some, but a good number are impaled in my body. I ignore the pain. AMD run at him at speed that he could not match as I grab Shoto by the hair and ram his seat to the wall over and over and over again until Todoroki passes out. I see Katsumi starting to stand up, but I throw Shoto's unconscious body on her, keeping her down. As I am about to leave, I feel a pain on my back sending me flying to the wall. I spit out blood as I look at the cause of my pain. Bakugo H. Ha 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 ha, just like old time. Hehehe, don't you agree, Ka-chan? I say sweetly with venom as I get out of the wall. AMD run at him. Bakugo runs at me until we both hear enough. Meanwhile, in Nezu's office. Well, what you think? Nezu said, impressive, very impressive, but are you sure you can keep him under control? The hero commissioner said, positive. All I need, it's a chance. All that boy needs, it's a chance. Please, I beg of you, give him that chance. Nezu said. The commissioner was shocked that the great Nezu was begging him. Fine, but him and that girl of his will be using a tracking bracelet. The commissioner said. Nezu nods, looking at the computer again at the nephew. He failed. I am one of the smartest things alive, and I couldn't see the pain you were feeling. I have failed you, Izuku. Never again, I promise. Nezu thought as a small tear wanting to escape his right eye. Back to Izuku. I look, and there he was, the person I was treating to see, Uncle Aizawa. Now seen Recovery Girl's office, third person. After the fighting stop, Aizawa took Izuku and the others back to Recovery Girl. Izuku was separated from the group as they slept, being tired from the fight in Recovery Girl's quirk. We see Izuku in a private room with Aizawa reading a book next to him. Izuku was giggling nervous while licking a lollipop since he didn't know what to say or what's going on. As soon as he was about to say something, to door open and there revealed three-person Izuku. Pav. Uncle Nezu, it's been years since I last saw him, but I still remember him playing chess with me and letting me win. I thought to myself, remembering the memories. The other person next to him was that Recovery Girl that healed my wound. She seemed nice, even gave me a lollipop, but the other person, I had no idea who he was. He was a short old man wearing what I can only describe as a hero costume. Hello, Izuku. Been a long time, nephew, Nezu said, bringing me out of my mind. *O. Oh. He H. Hello H. Jaha, Uncle Nezu. Why? Yes, it's been quite the few years. He Izuku said. Great, not only do I laugh without control but also stuttering. Anything else you want to give me, God? Izuku thought as Recovery Girl and the old man came closer to me. Recovery Girl, let me get a good look at you, Recovery Girl said as she grabbed my cheeks and pulled me closer to her, looking me up and down. I could see the sadness in her eyes, tears almost dying to get out, but she was still smiling, a sad smile, but a smile nonetheless. You've grown into quiet, the young man. Recovery Girl said as Izuku just laughs awkwardly. H haha t. Thank you. I say, looking at Aizawa for some context. I see him sigh sadly. Izuku, this. Daughter H. Your grandparents Sorihiko Torino, aka Gran Torino, and Chio Shuzenji aka Recovery Girl. Aizawa said. I am shocked, then felt some guilt. Sorry I broke your phone. H. Izuku said, giggling, embarrassed. Think nothing of it, I am just glad I get to finally meet my grandson. Chio said, giving me a hug that goes doble for me. My boy. Torino said, playing with my hair. I felt at peace, actually calm for once. Unfortunately that didn't last long as I heard his damn voice at the other side of the door. Let me through, I am going to see my son. Toshinori said. I could feel my blood boil at the word son. I see Torino and Aizawa get up and go to thr door. Well, take care of this, you guys stay and talk. Nezu has a lot to say to you and I am sure Chio would just love to spend more time with her grandbaby, Torino said as him and Aizawa left. Right, while they take care of that, Izuku, I have an offer for you and your little family. Nezu said. An offer? I asked, curious. Yes, I want you and your girlfriend to join the hero course. Nezu said. I am. Well, I am shocked to say the least. Join the course and hero school of my dreams. It's something I never thought I would get to do since, well. What happened? Izuku said, looking down. Yes, we all saw your memories and were pissed to say the least. Hell, I was a straight up jumped on Toshinori and beat the crap put of him until midnight, had to knock him out. Nezu said. That made me feel a little better, not to mention I refused to heal my idiot son. Chio said. This made me feel a lot better, but what about the crimes I did? I asked. Then I saw that smile on Uncle Nezu, a smile he always showed me when he tricked me into thinking I was gonna beat him on chess. That won't be an issue since technically you didn't break any laws since you see my dear boy all if not most of the law book is cater for people with quirks giving that you're quirkless and my nephew you will face no legal damage Nezu said smirking I laugh a little this time a honest laugh so what do you say? Nezu asked me. Well how could I possibly say no to your offer but I do have a question before I was caught my blood used to be green how it's red how did that happen? I asked oh I did that does chemicals that you felt was affecting your pseudobulbar effect making you more crazy and giving you hallucinations Chiyo said and I nod. So I won't see me anymore. I thought to myself. Now time back to where Torino and Aizawa left the room third person. We see Torino and Aizawa get out of the room both with pissed off expressions seeing Toshinori aka All Might there trying to get in but being stopped by Mike and Midnight what are you doing here Aizawa said not question demanded I am here to see my son. Toshinori said Onlu to received a kick in the gut by Torino's cane he is not your son you lost all rights to call him that after what you did to him if I could I would take back one for all you don't deserve it. Torino said pissed sir please we are in public Toshinori said everyone here knows your secret you dumbass the only one who doesn't know it's you guessed it Izuku the one who deserves it the most not Bakugo yes in all his dumbass glory he gave one for all do Katsuki Bakugo how dare you. Toshinori tried to say but again he is hit by Torino's cane this time stronger than the last giving him a face that could kill. I am not gonna say it again leave if I hear one more word I swear I will with the remaining sparks of one for all I have left to kill you not beat you Toshinori Yagi I will fucking murder you Torino said in a cold deadpan voice sending chills to Toshi who looked down in shame and fear and left both of them went back inside. Okay Izuku let's go home all of the grown-ups said at the same time then they looked at each holders with a death glare. Oh hell. Now and thank you to everyone who commented. We see the Shota, Emi, Nezu, Torino and Chiyo arguing on who gets Izuku and his family. He should live with us as much as it would help living with you Nezu we feel that Izuku needs to know the love only a parent can give Emi said not to forget that I spend all this time looking for Izuku Nezu could stay close since with how smart he is he could probably help Izuku with his insanity Shota said why him and not me someone who spent years in medical school I could help my grandbaby so much more than Nezu said Chiyo. It should be me. Nezu said think about it Izuku we can be smart and crazy together our laughs alone will send chills to everyone. Nezu said laughing making everyone tremble. Now that is a really good reason Izuku said laughing with Nezu. Now Izuku what about me? We can be the ultimate combo Emi said him. I can see it now all the jokes we can make to send Uncle Shota and Cousin Shinso up the wall Izuku said making Shota pale ha 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 yes we can annoy the insomniacs. Emi yelled with a huge grin ha 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 that would be a sight to behold Izuku said with a small smirk while yes WJY you and Emi is a neat combo you and me would be fucking terrifying Nezu said laughing making Shota even more pale I change my vote Izuku go live with your grandparents Shota said scared. No he should be with me crazy plus crazy he should go with his new crazy principal also you will be coming to live with May and Aria and my house is big enough Nezu said so is ours the rest of the adults said okay well I can train Izuku making him a little mastermind imagine a mini me running around with the means to fight being to win against as 5 Nezu said. Grandma grandpa you've both been mostly quiet throughout all of this why? Izuku asked Chiyo and Torino felt happy that Izuku acknowledged them as his grandparents simply my dear boy while we would love for you and your family to come and live with us we just want what's best for you whatever you decide we will accept it Torino said Izuku thought of it for a minute I choose my grandparents sorry uncles but I really want to get to know them better Izuku said as he started laughing. Nervously Shota caressed Izuku's hair don't worry nephew we understand but we will be visiting often Shota said with Nezu and Emi nodding now Izuku why don't you go to the support department May is already there with Aria I bet they would love to see you Chiyo said giving Izuku directions and he left when he left Chiyo and Torino started laughing so evil that it made even Nezu tremble I can't believe that worked Chiyo said smirking what are you talking about? Said Emi oh nothing it's just we knew if we kept quiet and let you three argue on who gets him Izuku would choose as Torino said with an evil grin Chiyo took a picture of Nezu Emi and Shota shocked faces laughing and he did so I normally don't say things so crude but suck on that sucker. Chiyo said Nezu started laughing and claps his hand I tip my hat to both of you that was a smart move Nezu said chuckling a little. With Izuku pav. I change back to my suit. And I follow the directions grandma told me when I hear an explosion and crazy laughter. Yup, that my May, why do I love her again? Izuku said to himself as he opened the door and was her. That's why I said to myself May heard me and ran to me hugging me puddin'. May said as she give me a bear hug. May can't breath, I say, turning blue. I can see a bright light up. Sorry Mr. J, I am just so happy you're awake. Me and Eri were so scared you been asleep for a week. May said as I hug her back. All right, speaking of which, where is Eri? I said, and I see a huge smile on May's face. She's testing out my new baby, come look. May said, grabbing my hand and showing me Eri flying with a jetpack. Eri sweetie looks, who's up? May said. Eri looks at me and I swear I see stars in her eyes. Daddy. Eri said, flying to me and crash landing on me, making me fall on the floor, holding her, chuckling and groaning in pain. It's good to see you too, my little white rose, I said, kissing her forehead as I get up. This place is amazing. I can just build and build all I want. Case in point, what I did while you were asleep. I have a surprise for you. Look outside. May said. I did. What am I looking at? I asked. Our new car. May said as I look at it. Holy shish. Next day, third person. Izuku hears a peeping alarm waking him up. He pressed it off and opens his eyes with a sigh. He looks around and sees May on his left and Eri on his right, both wanting to sleep with Izuku. Last night Izuku gets out of bed and sits on it looking around, so it wasn't a dream. Izuku mumbled to himself. He hears laughing. Izuku follows the sound to the bathroom and sees no one. He looked in the mirror and saw Izuku, but he was different. Why? Uj, Izuku said, a little scared. Why hello Izuku, didn't think you could get rid of me that easily now, did ya? Ha 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 ha, gee, Izuku said, laughing, his laugh slowly turning more demonic. No, you can't get rid of me, I am inside you. I'll see you real soon, Izuku. Gee, Izuku said before disappearing. Daddy. Izuku turned around, paled, sweating bullets, and sees Eri at the door. Are you okay? Eri, worried. Izuku sighed and kneeled down, caressing Eri's hair. I am fine, baby girl, just had a bad dream, Izuku said with a weak smile. Eri hugs him. Izuku hugs her back. They stayed like that for a while. Thank you, baby girl, I needed that. Go down and eat, okay? I'll be there in a minute, Izuku said. Eri nods, still worried about Izuku, but decided to trust Izuku that it was just a bad dream. After Eri left, Izuku started throwing water on his face. He's not real, he can't hurt you. He's not real, he can't hurt you, Izuku repeated to himself as he throws water on his face. Aftwr a minute, B dries up and goes down. He smiles, looking at May, mumbling to herself, working on another baby for him. Eri playing with Torino while Chio made breakfast. Well, good morning my boy, how did you sleep? Torino said, looking at Izuku. It was alright, although kinda heavy, Izuku said, looking at May, making her blush. Oh puddin', May said as Izuku went to the kitchen and helped his grandma cook. Let me give you a hand, Izuku said, taking some eggs and breaking them open on the pan. Izuku, you don't need to help, Chio said, but I want to, that way we can spend more time together. Gee. Grandma, Izuku blushing embarrassed. Chio beamed with pride as they cooked together. Food's ready, Izuku said, taking the foods to the table where May already set it. My, it sure looks good, May said. Thank you, Izuku helped Torino. I know what you're thinking, you wriggling old crow, you know the doctor said no taiyaki, you're eating too much of it, Chio said, glaring at her husband. Bah, I'm not eating enough, I am old, I am allowed to eat what I want, Torino said with a grin. Torino, we're on our late 60s, I hardly called that old, now shut it, eat up everyone since we all gotta go to UA today, Chio said as they ate. Eri giggling of her great-grandpa being like Ivy said, whipped. Time skip to UA. We see Izuku and May walking behind Shota. Aizawa. Eri was with Chio and was gonna be her little assistant. Izuku and Shota had to drag May out of there since she was taking so many pictures of Eri in a little nurse's outfit. Torino was busy with paperwork since he now works there, making sure his dumbass of a son doesn't do anything stupid. Okay, we are here, give me a minute to announce you, then come inside, Shota said. Both Izuku and May nods. Shota. Aizawa. Pav. I need more coffee. I thought too. Myself, looking at the grins on May and Izuku, knowing they're up to something. I come inside and see my problem children talking until they see me and sit down quickly. -5 seconds. You're getting better now, I got an announcement, I said. They look pale, probably thinking about going to USJ again. You're getting 2 new students, I said as they sigh in relief, and I sigh annoyed since one of the main contributors of my headache raises his hand. Yes, Tensai Iida. I said as he stood up. Sir, this is highly inappropriate, having 2 students start school this late. They should not be allowed to enter, in fact they should wait until next year to enter. Iida said, well, it's not up to you, it's up to me and Nezu, and we both agreed. Now shut up before I shut you up, I said, visibly angry as he sits down. Now you're new, I say, but I am cut off as we hear Izuku from the other side. Third person. Wah. What do you mean you forgot the song? Okay crew it just take my phone and hit random. No just hit random. Okay 3 2. Asterisk they hear Izuku say before she kicks opens the door while the music plays. Mei and Izuku just stand there while everyone looks at them. Yeah okay turn it off Izuku said as he turned it off. It didn't work, it did not work, Izuku said walking in front of the class with Mei. Hello everyone, my name is Izuku, no last name giving, Izuku said, and I am Mei, no last name giving, Mei said giggling. Momo start trembling scared. Oh hi Momo, how long has it been? Mei said smiling. You guys may also know us as the Joker and Harley Quinn, Izuku said, and all hell broke loose. Last time. You guys may also know us as the Joker and Harley Quinn, Izuku said, and all hell broke loose. 1. Now third person. Enough. Aizawa screamed to shut his class up, but sir, they're criminals. Iida yelled, criminals. Ha now that's a bad word, tell me H. Hey tell me you blew M, what crime did I commit? Izuku said smirking. You killed. Someone yelled. Yes I did. Rapist, pedophiles, drug lords, all people working under overhaul. Are you saying you wanted these people to live? Izuku asked. No one said anything. Momo raised her hand. How about attempted kidnapping? Momo said angry. Ah yes, sorry about that, but we needed a distraction and you wear the perfect piece. Izuku said distraction for what? Aizawa asked. Let me answer your question with a question. What is the root of all evil? Izuku asked. Everyone stayed quiet. No one. Fine, money is the root of all evil, so I decided to play Robin Hood if you will, Izuku said walking closer to Momo, making everyone tense. The Yaoyorozu family is the richest family in all of Japan, hell one of the richest of the world. They are the 1% of 1%, and I tell you, do they really need all that money? Izuku asked. Some started to think like him, like Uraraka. Hey now wait a minute. Momo tried to say I am not done, please all questions be asked at the end. Now where was I? Oh right, tell me Yaoyorozu, why do you need a huge mansion, hundreds of servants, expensive clothes that cost what a middle class person makes in a year? Why do you need all of that? Izuku asked, looking at Momo straight in her eyes. She said nothing, that what I thought, so I decided that you didn't need so much money, so I came up with a plan. Izuku said what was the plan? Shinso asked curious. You see, me and Puddin were nothing more than a distraction. Mei said giggling. Correct my honey pie. While everyone was busy with this, I had a friend hack into your family bank account and ha and take almost everything out of it, Izuku said laughing. Momo slammed her hands on her table. What did you do with my family's money? Momo yelled. Why, I only gave it away. If you want it back, you'll have to take it from different charities like cancer research, wounded veterans, homeless people, drug addictions, etc. I wonder how the media would react if the Yaoyorozu took that money from people who needed it, Izuku said smirking. How dare you, my father worked hard for every penny he had. Momo said angry, and Izuku just started laughing like a madman. Bullshit. Maybe in the beginning when he started Yaoyorozu International, but as he became richer and richer he started working less and less. Now tell me, is that fair? Is it fair that someone makes so much money by not doing anything and yet not giving his workers a living wage? Izuku said this time Kirishima was on his side since his family had a family business that was passed down through generations but was bought out and destroyed by the Yaoyorozu, leaving the family penniless and leaving Kirishima parents with no choice but to work for the Yaoyorozu barley, making minimum wage. His family wasn't the only one. Mashirao Ojiro parents closed down their family dojo so the Yaoyorozu could open up an ice cream shop that his parents are currently working on. Koji Koda family animal sanctuary was destroyed to make way for Yaoyorozu apartments. Rikido Sato family went out business when the Yaoyorozu opened up a cheaper bakery next to them. Toru Hagakure family beauty supply business destroyed for Yaoyorozu MLM. While Momo was fuming but said nothing. Fair warning, I am using a bit of my political ideology on this one. That what I thought, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, you capitalist pig, Izuku said. Don't tell me you're a filthy communist. Momo asked, and what if I am? A classless society where products are owned communally and private property is non-existent, a place where everyone is equal no matter if you're a mutant quirkless with a strong or weak quirk, a world where we work for the good of others, not just for ourselves. Tell me what's wrong with that? Izuku said without laughing, dead serious. While yes, the idea on paper sounds good, in execution it has never worked, Iida said, because there were not real communism, they were nothing more than dictatorship using the good name of communism to hide it. And as people were corrupted by what? You guess, is it money? Having all the money true communism can work as long as the ones in charge don't get corrupted, Izuku. Said that's enough now Izuku. Everyone turned to the door and sees Nezu there. You are here to be heroes, not to give a lecture on ideals. Now please come with me. You two may Aizawa tell everyone else what they are gonna do today, Nezu said before leaving with Izuku and Mei. Today you're gonna fight against Izuku and Mei to see where they are at power-wise, Aizawa said. Most were smirking, thinking they're gonna, but that arrogant boy in his place, one of these was Bakugo Katsuki. That damn quirkless bastard, I am gonna kill him this time for good. He is nothing, his own father didn't want him, Bakugo thought. Izuku, Izumi and Shoto thought, not knowing what to do, still thinking Izuku is weak. After this I'll tell him the truth, Shoka and Katsumi thought. Everyone left and changed to their hero outfit into the fake city where Aizawa was waiting. Okay, here's the rules, they are non, you can go all out, trust me, you're gonna need it, Aizawa said. This made everyone exited, but some were concerned as to why they needed to go all out against two people. Those who were concerned were about to question it when the bell rang and they went inside, not knowing of the pain they're about to endure. Meanwhile in the monitor room with Nezu. I still don't know why you're here, Nezu said with a hint of venom in his voice, not wanting this person to be here. That's classified. I am just looking at your students who know maybe they'll be perfect for a mission for the agency, the woman next to Nezu said, smirking. Not many people could make Nezu angry or scared, but this woman could do both with simply her presence. Very well, let's finish talking and look, Nezu said. Third person Izuku perspective. When he left with Nezu, we see Izuku on the male changing room to put on his Joker outfit. He touches the sleeve and Izuku comes back sitting on the bench. I am gonna kill you and take over you, Izuku said. Izuku turned around fast, letting go of the sleeve, and Izuku was gone. Izuku was breathing heavily. He's not real, he can't hurt me, Izuku mumbled to himself, but he can hear Izuku laughing on the back of his head. Izuku shakes his head and chooses another outfit. Izuku goes outside and Mei whistles. My puddin', you look good, Mei said, looking at Izuku's new look. Where did you get that smoothie? Nezu asked. Don't worry about it, Izuku said. Nezu was about to say something else, but his phone rang. He answered and his mood changed to a serious and scared one. I gotta go, I have an unexpected guest waiting for me in the monitor room, so I'll say this quick, you're both gonna fight the whole class, fight to kill. Alright, good luck, Nezu said before leaving Izuku and Mei alone. Mei took a drink of Izuku's smoothie while they walked. So what's the plan, Mr. J? Mei asked. Project Party, Izuku said, smirking. Mei started giggling. With Class 1A third person. Class 1A walking as a group. For now they hear something, they all go do the sound, and what they see is shocking. They see Izuku, Mei and some robots playing music with Izuku as lead singer and Mei on the guitar. Izuku took their shock as an advantage and ran to them, giving Honta Zero a mean right hook, knocking him out cold. Everyone wakes up and started attacking Izuku while he started singing. Izuku, this is your time to pay. Dodges Yuga Aoyama's beam while running towards him, hitting him in the gut, taking the wind out of him. Izuku, this is your judgment day. Tsuyu wraps her tongue around Izuku's waist, sending him to the air. Izuku, we made a sacrifice. And now we get to take your life. Shoto shoots fire towards Izuku. Izuku grabs a knife from his pocket and stabs Tsuyu tongue, making her let him go in the middle of the air while Tsuyu collapses since the blade had a numbing agent made by Mei. Izuku, we shoot without a gun. Izuku crosses his hand and foot, dives towards Shoto. Izuku, we'll take on anyone. Landing right on his face, making him fall on the ground, making a small crater around his face. Izuku, it's really nothing new. It's just a thing we like to do. Izuku runs towards Mina when Mina uses her non-corrosive acid to slide away, but Izuku uses it to slide faster towards her, breaking her knee when he makes contact, sending Mina to the ground, disqualified. Izuku, you better get ready to die. Izuku gets up, but it's sent to the wall when Kirishima crashes into him with his quirk activated. Izuku, you, spits out blood, better get ready to kill. Izuku gets out of the wall and dodges dive bombing birds of Kutra, but it was a trap. While Izuku was distracted by that, Ojiro ran towards him and roundhouse kicked his face, sending him to the ground. Ojiro used this to slap him with his tail. Izuku, you better get ready to run. Izuku does a handstand and flips himself to his feet, but feels Ochako slap him hard on the face, sending him flying. Izuku, cause here we come. You better get ready to die. Iida jumps of a building and kicking Izuku in the gut with Recipro burst, sending him to the ground so fast it cancelled Ochako's quirk, and Izuku was almost set on fire. Once he made contact the ground, a huge crater was created. Dust going everywhere. They thought they won, then they hear him. Izuku, Your life is over now. Your life is running out. Izuku jumped out of the smoke bleeding heavily and kicked Kutra in the neck, knocking him unconscious. Izuku. When your time is at an end. Then it's time to kill again. Izuku runs to Iida. Iida gets ready, but Izuku goes right towards Ochako, not having enough time to react. Izuku grabs her wrists and applies pressure on them enough to snap them, making her scream, sending her out of the battle. Izuku. We cut without a knife. We live in black and white. Iida tries to kick Izuku, but Izuku grabs Iida's leg and makes Iida fall. Izuku steps on the weakest part of the leg, breaking it, sending Iida out. Izuku. You're just a parasite. Izuku dodges punches from Kirishima. Izuku. Now close your eyes and say good night. When Kirishima quirk gives up, Izuku finishes him in the most unmanly way, a kick to the balls. Izuku. You better get ready to die. Runs towards Kiyoka. Kiyoka looks at him for a few seconds, then her eyes widened in shock, then starts crying out of nowhere. Izuku and her have history, but that's a flashback for another chapter. Izuku. You better get ready to kill. You better get ready to run. Kaminari uses his ultimate move to try and electrocute Izuku, but Izuku takes out his knife and throws it on Kyoka's feet, electrocuting her since metal attracts electricity. Izuku. Cause here we come. Izuku saw Sato eating a full small bag of sugar, making him half as strong as All Might at his prime. Izuku started laughing. Izuku. You better get ready to die. Izuku ran towards Sato and started hitting him over and over without break. Izuku. Get ready to die. Sadly, the hits did nothing. Sato grabs Izuku's right hand and started beating him up before sending him flying to the ground. Izuku. Get ready to die. Izuku gets up and sees Sato coming for him for another punch. Everything was going slow motion for Izuku until Izuku ran towards Sato, hitting him on Sato's neck, breaking 3 fingers but knocking Sato out by lack of air. Izuku smiles before falling on the ground, the adrenaline finally running out. All Izuku felt was pain, and he started laughing cause he liked the feeling of winning. Mei's side of the battle, third person. Izuku was now disqualified, taking half of the class with him. Everyone was shocked that he did that alone, does remaining concentrated on Mei and still playing the guitar. Annoyed Katsumi was the first to attack, jumping at her ready to use her quirk, blasting Mei's face. Mei. Well, party. Mei dodges and hits her with the guitar, knocking her unconscious. Mei. I wanna have a party, dodges Shoji's attacks, walking backwards into a trap. Mei. I need to have a party, jumps out of the way as Zero shoots his tape towards Mei, now it attached to Shoji. Mei. You better have a party, pushes Shoji to Zero as they get stuck together and out of the battle. Mei. Whoa, party. Shinso attacks at Mei with martial arts since he can't use his quirk while she's singing. Mei dodging without problem with a smug smile, almost mocking him. Mei. You got a party, Hardy. Mei knees him in his gut, knocking all his air out before giving him a right hook, knocking him out. Mei. I'm gonna have a party, jumps out of Dark Shadow's grasp. Mei. Or else you will be sorry, throws a flash bomb at Tokiyami, sending Dark Shadow back inside. Mei puts on a metal glove and ran to Tokiyami while he was blinded. Mei. Oh, party slides down, avoiding Shoka's ice and shooting her and Izumi tear gas. Mei. The party's gonna start. Mei gets up and punches Tokiyami's peak so hard she breaks it while Shoka and Izumi were coughing, getting out of the smoke. Bakugo. Will you stop the fucking singing? Mei flips him off, pissing him off more, and runs towards her with his quirk. Mei. Hey, I know a guy named Marty, grabs Bakugo right hook and looks him straight in the eyes for a few seconds and giving him a crazy smile. Mei. Marty loves to party, throws Bakugo towards Shoka and Izumi, making them fall. Mei. Whoa, party dodges Momo's gunshot and shoots a Jokerang. At Momo landing right on her shoulder, she screams since the Jokerang had Joker venom, making her laugh until she passes out due to lack of air. Mei. Party make me farty. I gotta take antacid, gets trapped by Izumi's telekinesis. Mei. So I can keep on partying. Mei pushes a button and the robot eyes turn red. Mei. Sweet party. Bakugo and Shoka get up. Bakugo pissed off. Mei. Party. The robots start transforming as Shoka and Bakugo prepare their ultimate attacks. Mei. You gotta party. Hey, I wanna party. As soon as the three notices what was happening, it was too late as the robot transformed into machine guns. Mei. Who's gonna make this party started? May got a smug smile as the robot shoots the three with tranquilizer darts, sending all to sleep town. May. Me. 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 Me 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 me. Me 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 me. May screamed, laughing, having won. With Nezu third person Pav. To say Nezu was shocked was an understatement. Izuku and May having won was one thing, but May being able to win without one person hitting was incredible. Then he remembered who he was with and his mood soured. Nezu looked at the woman Amanda Waller, who had a neutral expression while drinking. She puts her drink down and gets up. Amanda. I've seen enough for now. Nezu was angry since he knew his nephew and May were in Amanda's crossfire and couldn't do anything about, since she's the one person that not only has he got nothing to use against her, she has plenty to use against him. Amanda. We will keep in touch, rat. Amanda left and Nezu sighed in relief and stress. He looked at Izuku resting in Recovery Girl's office thanks to his Kamara and had a small smile. Nezu. I promise to protect you. Nezu looked at May walking probably to see Izuku. Nezu. Something tells me there's more to May than meets the eye. Time skip to next day. Everyone in their seats on class, mostly healed up. Tokiyami will drink from a draw for a while. Momo has occasional giggles. Suyu can't talk until her tongue completely recovers, etc. We see Aizawa walking in with Izuku and May. Everyone tensed up looking at them. May smirked at this. Izuku just sighed with a small smirk as well as they sat down on their seats. Shota. Eyes on me. Problem children, I gotta say you all need more practices fighting. If you all got beat by one who is quirkless and another whose quirk is basically having a magnifying glass in her eyes. Aizawa was smirking hearing the groans from everyone. Shota. Now I have news. In a few days you will all be going to USJ. Denki. Universal Studios Japan. Denki with a huge smile exited. Kiyoka. Dumbass. Kiyoka rolled her eyes annoyed. Denki. Yeah, but I am your dumbass. Denki made a kissing face but was interrupted by Momo coughing to get their attention. Momo. It means unforeseen simulation joint. Shota. Correct, we were going there today, but since you all are in no shape to train. May. Because you got you asses handed to you by me and Puddin. May laughed looking at the pissed face Shota was giving her for interrupting him. Shota. Now as I was saying, you are in no shape to train, so you all will rest for a few days until you're in better shape. Now dismissed. Get out, I need my coffee, Shota said before going inside his sleeping bag and going to sleep. Everyone started leaving to go home. Izuku was ready to go, but it's stopped by Shoka and Katsumi. Katsumi. Nerd, you're coming with us. Shoka elbows Katsumi. She yelps in pain. Shoka. What she means is, can we talk for a minute in private? We need to tell you something. Shoka had hopeful eyes. Izuku. May. Sure, he would love to. Don't take too long, love. May was smirking looking at Izuku pissed off face. Before he calls do anything, Katsumi and Shoka took him with them to talk. Time Izuku in middle school 1 year before the accident. Third person. We see Izuku sitting alone on his desk starving. Inko and Toshinori forgot again to give Izuku a lunch or money for lunch. Izuku had his head down trying to distract himself from the hunger when he felt something in his hand. He looked and there he had a melon bread. Izuku. Huh. Izuku looked up and saw Kiyoka Jiro and blushed hard since she was one of the popular girls. Izuku. Jiro-san. H. Ha ha ha. What are you doing? H. Ha 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 here. Izuku was so nervous and cursing himself for not being able to control his laughter. Kiyoka. I got tired of never seeing you have something to eat at lunch, so I got you that in juice. Kiyoka gave him the drink. Izuku was almost trembling with tears. No one was ever this nice to him. Izuku. Thank you so much. Izuku said, giving her a huge smiles. Kiyoka. Cute. Kiyoka slightly blushed seeing Izuku smile as he eat the melon bread and drink. Izuku. Ha ha ha. I don't know how I can He thank you. Izuku said nervous. Kiyoka. I know of a way. After school you walk with me, no question asked. Deal. Izuku nods vigorously and Kiyoka leaves before anyone sees her. After school, Izuku was walking nervously next to Kiyoka, blushing deeply every time she looked at him. Kiyoka. Where here? Izuku looked and was confused. It was a karaoke place. Izuku. Why? Kiyoka. No question. Remember, let's go. Kiyoka said, taking Izuku's hand and dragged him inside while Izuku blushed. Izuku. A girl is holding my hand, 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 a girl is holding my hand. They made it inside a private room. Kiyoka. Pick a song. Izuku. Why? You, why? Ha ha ha, why? Ha ha w. Want me to sing. Izuku was shocked and flabbergasted. Kiyoka. This is a karaoke bar, so yes, now pick a song. Kiyoka glared slightly at Izuku, who nodded, a little scared. His hands were trembling as he picked his song. 2. Izuku. Why did you leave me here to burn? I'm way too young to be this hurt. I feel doomed in hotel rooms. Staring straight up at the wall. Counting wounds, and I am trying to numb them all. Do you care? Do you care? Why don't you care? I gave you all of me. My blood, my sweat, my heart, and my tears. Why don't you care? Why don't you care? I was there, when no one was. Now you're gone and I'm here. I have questions for you. Number 1, tell me who you think you are. You got some nerve trying to tear my faith apart. I have questions for you. Number 2, why would you try and play me for a fool? I should have never ever trusted you. Izuku started crying, letting his emotions take over. I have questions. Number 3, why weren't you who you swore that you would be? I have questions. I got questions haunting me. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. I have questions. I have questions for you. My name was safest in your mouth. And why do you have to go and spit it out? Oh, your voice, it was the most familiar sound. But it sounds so dangerous to me now. I have questions for you. Number 1, tell me who you think you are. You got some nerve trying to tear my faith apart. I have questions for you. Number 2, why would you try and play me for a fool? I should have never ever trusted you. Izuku's voice gets louder. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. I have questions. I have questions for you. Do you care? Do you care? Why don't you care? I gave you all of me. My blood, my sweat, my heart, and my tears. Izuku's voice sounded broken. Why don't you care? Why don't you care? I was there, when no one was. Now you're gone and I'm here. I have questions for you, ooh. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. I have questions. I have questions for you. Yeah. I have questions for you, ooh. I have questions for you. Foul play, no, foul play, no. I have questions for you. I have questions. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. How do I fix it? Can we talk? Can we communicate? Can we talk? Do I wanna fix it? I have questions for you. I'm afraid of you. Is it my fault? Is it my fault? Do you miss me? I have questions. When Izuku finished, he was crying hard, his hands covering his face. Kiyoka was shocked. His voice was beautiful, and the way he sang that song was full of so many negatives emotions. Before she knew what she was doing, she hugged Izuku. Izuku hugged back, letting out all his hurt that he sealed up for so long. Time skip after karaoke. Izuku and Kiyoka were walking to her home, not saying a word. Izuku scared that he messed it up by crying. Kiyoka. So, wanna tell me what the hell that was? Kiyoka looked at Izuku. Izuku sighed. Izuku. That song, it represents my feelings towards my family and former friends, how they made me feel. Kiyoka. Well, you have a nice singing voice. Not knowing what else to say, she saw Izuku smiling a little. Izuku. Thanks. They made it to Kiyoka's home. Kiyoka. Well, apart from the whole crying thing, I had a good time on the date. Let's do it again next Friday. Kiyoka quickly kissed Izuku's cheek, smiling. Before going inside, Izuku was shocked, then started laughing of happiness. A girl kissed him. A girl actually liked him. He went home happy that night. Time skip the whole year, the day of the incident hours before. For a whole year Izuku and Kiyoka been dating in secret, but Izuku didn't care about that. He was just happy someone loved him. He was walking when he saw Kiyoka. He was gonna say hi, but then saw her with her best friend Momo. Izuku couldn't help but overhear the conversation. Momo. Today is the day, remember our deal? Kiyoka. Yeah, I faked being Izuku's girlfriend and humiliate Izuku when I see him in school. Do I really have to do this? 1. Momo. You want me to get you a recommendation to Ua, don't you? Kiyoka. You know I do, but Momo. But nothing that Quirkless freak should have given up his dream of being a hero, and don't forget, without me you don't get in. Momo left and Kiyoka sighed. She really did love Izuku, but she wanted to go to Ua more than anything. Kiyoka. It's not like a Quirkless like Izuku could make it in Ua anyway, so why shouldn't I use him to make my dreams come true? Kiyoka. No. No, I shouldn't think like that. Izuku and I can both make it to Ua without anyone's help. Kiyoka turned around smiling, determined, and froze. Her smile faded when she saw him. There he was, Izuku, with tears in his eyes, having heard everything. Izuku. So you found a place where the grass is greener. And you jumped the fence to the other side. Is it good? Are they giving you a world I could never provide? Izuku was crying angry. Kiyoka tried to touch him, but Izuku slapped her hand away from him. Izuku. Well, I hope you're proud of your big decision. Yeah. I hope it's all that you want and more. Now you're free from the agonizing life you were living before. Thinking it was all an act, not knowing Kiyoka actually fell for him. Izuku. And you say what you need to say. So that you get to walk away. It would kill you to have to stay trapped. When you've got something new. Well, I'm sorry I had it rough. And I'm sorry I'm not enough. Thank God they rescued you. Izuku was walking off, but Kiyoka grabbed his wrist. Izuku pulled away and looked at her straight in her eyes. Izuku, crying, started getting closer with Kiyoka walking backward. Izuku. So you got what you always wanted. So you got your dream come true. Good for you. Good for you. You. Got a taste of a life so perfect. So you did what you had to do. Good for you. Good for you. Asterisk. Izuku looks at Kiyoka. His eyes shows how betrayed he felt. It killed Kiyoka seeing Izuku's eyes like that. Izuku. Does it cross your mind to be slightly sorry? Do you even care that you might be wrong? Was it fun? Well, I hope you had a blast while you dragged me along. Asterisk. Izuku pushed Kiyoka to the ground and sits on top of her, pointing his finger on her heart. Izuku. And you say what you need to say. And you play who you need to play. And if somebody's in your way, crush them and leave them behind. Well, I guess if I'm not of use. Go ahead, you can cut me loose. Go ahead now, I won't mind. Izuku gets up and turns around. Izuku. I'll shut my mouth and I'll let you go. Is that good for you? Would that be good for you? You. I'll just sit back while you run the show. Is that good for you? Would that be good for you? You. Izuku starts running away. Kiyoka gets up and chases him, crying. Kiyoka. All I need is some time to think. But the boat is about to sink. Can't erase what I wrote in ink. Tell me, how could you change the story? All the words that I can't take back. Like a train coming off the track. 'Cause the rails and my bones all crack. I've got to find a way to. Stop it. Just let me out. Kiyoka tries to reach Izuku but failed and falls. Izuku. So you got what you always wanted. So you got your dream come true. Good for you. Good for you. You. Got a taste of a life so perfect. Now you say that you're someone new. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Asterisk. Izuku stops and looks at Kiyoka one last time. So you got what you always wanted. Izuku left her there for her to cry her eyes out. That was the last time Kiyoka saw Izuku until the battle, where she quickly recognized his singing voice. Last time. Everyone started leaving to go home. Izuku was ready to go, but it's stopped by Shoka and Katsumi. Katsumi. Nerd, you're coming with us. Shoka elbows Katsumi. She yelps in pain. Shoka. What she means is, can we talk for a minute in private? We need to tell you something. Shoka had hopeful eyes. Izuku. May. Sure, he would love to. Don't take too long, love. May was smirking, looking at Izuku pissed off face. Before he calls do anything, Katsumi and Shoka took him with them to talk. Now third person. We see the three students walking with Izuku in the middle. Grumpy, why, you ask? Asterisk. Small flashback. As soon as Izuku goes out of the class, he makes a run for it. 1. Katsumi and Shoka. Hey. Both girls run after him. Izuku almost made it out, but someone opened a door right in his face, making fall on the floor. 2. Back to the present. The three former friends made it to the roof and separated Katsumi and Shoka, blocking the exit and Izuku enough distance to not be close to them. 1. Izuku. Fine, you got me. How, what do you want? Izuku didn't laugh, he didn't stutter, he was cold and serious. Both girls got quiet, not knowing how to start. Izuku. Either you start talking or I'll leave by the vents. What do you want? Shoka. We want to tell you the truth, why we did what we did. Izuku. I am all ears. Katsumi. Listen, nerd. What are your beliefs on LGBT? Izuku. Love is love, doesn't matter if it's a guy, a girl, or whatever, as long as the two love each other, then I am all for it. Both girls smiled a little and hold the other's hand. Shoka. That's good because Katsumi and I are gay. 8. Hopefully LGBT marriage will be legal one day in Japan. 1. Izuku. Okay, and what's that got to do with me? Katsumi. Why, you little. Shoka stepped on Katsumi's feet to shut her up. Shoka. I was getting to that. As you know, most people in Japan think our relationship is wrong, to put it lightly. Katsumi. Shoka won't let me just blast them to shut them up. Katsumi mumbles. Izuku and Shoka chuckled at that. Shoka. We figured out our feelings when we were 7. I was gonna tell my parents, but I was scared. Flashback. Shoka. Pav. I was home, just got back from school. I am gonna tell my parents the truth. I make it inside and see my father watching the news with mother in the kitchen. Shoka. Hello, father. Enji. He keeps watching the news. I was about to say something. Enji. Damn it, Ray. What is it now? Mom looked like she aged up 10 years. Enji. They fucking legalize gay marriage. These disgusting people should not be allowed to get married. Toya. Why not? You were allowed to buy mom for a quirk marriage. I saw Toya and felt pity for him. He was full of bandages and burns, but he still fought father on everything. Ray. Toya, please, that's enough. Enji. That's still a man and a woman. What these sickos are doing is wrong and disgusting. They should be in jail. After that I just went to my room. I could hear them argue. I just hid my head under my pillow and started crying until my phone rang. I looked and it was a message from Izumi from our group chat. Izumi. Guys, I am worried about Izuku. He still thinks he can be a hero. Katsuki. No way a quirkless piece of shit like him can be a hero. He is too weak. Katsumi. He is right, he's just gonna get himself killed. Izumi. Then what are we gonna do? Shoka. It's not fair. Why can Izuku be a hero when he is quirkless but I can't be with Katsumi? Shoka. I have an idea. Present third person. Shoka. It was my idea to use our quirks on you. I was so mad with my father views that I took out on you, so if you're gonna be mad at anyone, be mad at me. Izuku. No, Shoka. Izuku. I said no, I am not gonna be mad at only you. The Bakugos and that bitch of a sister could have said it was a bad idea, but they didn't. They choose to abuse me like my parents choose to neglect me and such. I am choosing not to forgive any of you. For all I care, you can go to hell now. Get out of my way. Both girls moved aside, their head down as Izuku made his way down. Shoka grabbed his wrist. Shoka. Before you go, we didn't do this to get your forgiveness. We just thought you should know also. Father told me what you did to him. Thank you. Because of that we went to therapy and are working on fixing our relationship. He even knows and approves of me and Katsumi, so thank you for that. Izuku. Whatever. Shoka let go of Izuku and Izuku left. Katsumi. At least he heard us out. Shoka. He heard me out. Katsumi. Yeah, cause you never let me talk. Shoka. You were only gonna insult him. Katsumi. Why, you little. Shoka kisses her, shutting Katsumi up. Katsumi. Let's to my place today. Shoka. Okay, grabbed her hand and left. With Izuku. Izuku. Pav. Walking to May. Following the sound of explosion I bump into someone. I look and it was Kiyoka. My eyes harden and my heart starts hurting. Kiyoka. Izuku. Izuku. It's Joker to you. They stay in that awkward silence for a few seconds before Denki came, hugging Kiyoka's shoulder. Denki. There you are, babe. He looks at Izuku. Denki. Joker, right. Man, you were awesome out there. They way you beat us, it was brutal, my man. They three hear an explosion. Izuku. Right, well, I gotta go before May blows up the whole school. I left, but I glanced at Kiyoka for a second. Our eyes meet before I left, finding my May with Iida strapped in a chair. Izuku. Am I interrupting something? Last time Izuku. Right, well, I gotta go before May blows up the whole school. I left, but I glanced at Kiyoka for a second. Our eyes meet before I left, finding my May with Iida strapped in a chair. Izuku. Am I interrupting something? Now third person. May. Izu baby, Iida here agreed to be my test subject. Iida. MHHHHMHHH. You might be wondering why he's not talking. Well, he has something in his mouth. Izuku. May, where did you even get that? Signaling the ball. May. Oh, your grandparents' bedroom keeps working on her robot. Izuku. My grandparents, why would they? Izuku gets pale. Be right back. He left. All that could be heard was Izuku vomiting. Nezu. My, what have we here? Sipping his tea. May. Oh, Ratman. You're gonna love this. Look. Shows Nezu a helmet. Nezu. Alright, I'll bite. What is this? May. It's a special helmet. Haven't you ever watched a movie or game and just wished you could just be a part of it? Well, this helmet will do just that. Nezu. Very interesting, and pray tell, why do you need young Iida for this? May. Well, duh, it's dangerous. It can fry the brain, and I need my brain, and I would never let Puddin test something so dangerous. Nezu. And you think I am gonna let you just risk the life of one of my students just for the possibility of your machine working? Iida breathes a sigh of relief through his nose. May. Yup. With a huge smile. Nezu. You're right, let put it on him. Nezu and May start laughing while Iida pales scared as they put the helmet on him. 4. May. 3, 2, 1. Iida pav. I open my eyes and see myself on a dark void. Iida. Did I die? Out of nowhere the scene changed and it was beautiful. I walk around when a horse appeared. Iida. Hello, I said, not knowing what to do. May. Climb on the horse. Iida. Where are you? Let me go. May. Finish the objective first, then I'll let you go. Back in the real world, third person. Nezu. Fascinating. How did you even build this? Some of this material aren't even in UA. May. Oh, you don't, so I build it myself. May, not even looking at Nezu, concentrating on the computer, watching Iida ride the horse. May. Hey, let's mess with him. What do you say, Ratman? Nezu gave no response. Ratman. Nothing. May looked behind her, but Nezu was gone. May. Some people can be so rude. Now that's he's gone, let's change the game to my torture simulator. Izuku pav. After puking up my lunch with that mental image, I shudder as I leave the bathroom and start walking back to May. Izuku. As funny as it would be to see Iida brain fried, I gotta stop her. Haha, fried brain for fat zombies. I start laughing at my terrible joke. Izumi. Brother. I stop laughing. Izuku. God damn it, can't I have one day without my past pissing me off? I look at Izumi. What do you want, and don't you dare call me your brother. Izumi. But you are my. Izumi starts bleeding since I threw one of my metal cards at her cheek, cutting it. The card pierced the metal locker. Izuku. Finish that sentence, I fucking dare you. Getting closer to her, she stumbles back. Izumi. Paige. Please, Izuku, I just want my brother back. Izuku. And I want my regular skin back, but that's never gonna happen. Izumi. I am so sorry, Izuku, please. Izuku starts laughing inside my head so hard I feels like my brain it's about to explode. Izuku. Man, she won't just shut up. You should shut her up. I mean, this was her fault. Izuku. Yeah, it's all your fault. Izumi. I just wanted to protect. Slap. Third person. Izumi falls on the ground, her lip broken from the slap Izuku gave her. Izuku start giggling, letting Izuku take control without knowing it. Izuku. Man, I can see why you abused me so much. It's so much fun. Ha 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 ha. Izuku lifts Izumi Uo by grabbing her neck and starts choking her. Izumi tried to free herself, but she was losing air, making her quirk weaker until someone pooched Izuku in the mouth and out of the way. Izuku looked, and it was Shoto. He looked pissed. Izumi took deep breaths, coughing. Shoto. What were you doing? Shoto said coldly as Izuku only laughs so hard he holds his sides. Izuku. Ah, what's wrong? I am just doing what you guys did to me. Hahaha. Shoto. If you so much as touch her, all. Izuku. You'll what, kill me? Izuku had a smug smile on his face as he makes a smile with his blood. Izuku. You're not gonna do anything, you're on a short leash as it is. This would be a great time to get back at all the pain you all caused me. Izuku runs closer to Shoto before he could react. Izuku got him by his collar. He was about to headbutt Shoto until the real Izuku took control and pushed Shoto to the floor. Izuku looked shocked. He blacked out before he knew what he was doing. He said nothing and walked away. Izuku, what the hell was that? Gee Izuku. That was me getting control. You may have won back control this time, but it'll be back. Gee Izuku laughed and went back inside the deepest places inside real Izuku's brain. The origin of Gee Izuku. After saving Iida from Mei's clutches, the rest of the day went on normally. We see Izuku on his bed sleeping alone. Mei was busy with a new baby and Aria had a sleepover with a kid named Kota. Torino was on a mission and Chio had a meeting with Nezu. Inside Izuku's dream, we see Izuku walking on a building when he stops and sees Gee Izuku. Gee Izuku. Well, looks who came to visit the king here to see how the horse is doing. 1. Izuku. What are you talking about? Where am I? Why are you still here? Gee Izuku. Do you know the differences between a king and his horse? 1. Izuku. Don't ignore me. Gee Izuku. I must admit it never ceases to amaze me how brainless you can be. We are not in a dream. I dragged you inside your soul, so I'll ask again. Gee Izuku gets closer to Izuku. Gee Izuku. Izuku, what's the difference between a king and his horse? Izuku. What the hell are you saying? Gee Izuku turns his back on Izuku. Gee Izuku. And I am not talking about obvious stuff like one's an animal and one's a person, or one has 2 legs and one has 4. What's the difference? Izuku. Gee Izuku. I'll tell you, form ability and power. That's what's puzzling. If their form ability and power are exactly the same, why is it that one becomes the king and leads them into battle while the other becomes the horse and carries the king? So what's the characteristic that distinguishes these two beings? Izuku. I don't know. Gee Izuku. There's only one answer. Gee Izuku turns and faces Izuku with killer intent, looking at him straight in the eyes. Gee Izuku. Instinct. In order for identical beings to get stronger and gain power, they need to develop a killer instinct, and that instinct is mostly forged in battle. In every battle we fought, I was in control. They must develop an insatiable hunger to engage in battle once more. I was the one who hungers for it. They must live to mercilessly crush, shred and slice their enemies. I was born by that while you cowered in fear. Or have you forgotten that day? Flashback, third person. We see Izuku and Kiyoka walking together in the park late at night after a date. Kiyoka. Man, it's really late. Won't your family care you're out? Izuku. No, they never care. Izuku had a sad face in him that made Kiyoka sad. Kiyoka. Sorry, I didn't mean. Izuku. It's fine, how about yours? Kiyoka. They would be if they knew I sneaked out. Kiyoka smirking. Izuku. Why did you do that? Kiyoka. Well, my dad can be overprotective anyway. A random guy with 2 heads blocks their way. Kiyoka. Can we help you, dude? The man pulled out a knife. Izuku stepped ahead of Kiyoka to protect her. Man 1. Yeah, you can give us your money. Izuku. Wait, us. Kiyoka screams. Izuku looks behind him and sees 2 men grabbing Kiyoka, pulling her cords and hair. Izuku. Kyo. Izuku tried to save her. Put Man 1 stabbed Izuku in the gut and kicked Izuku to the ground. Kiyoka. Mh. Man 2 put a cloth on her mouth. Man 3. The hands of an octopus. Man, this chick is something else. Starts grouping Kiyoka breast. Kiyoka with tears on her eyes. Man 1. Can't wait to use her. Puts his hand under Kiyoka's pants and panties, touching her pussy. Kiyoka crying, trying to fight, but she could do nothing. With Izuku, we see him on the ground in a pool of his own blood, losing consciences. Izuku. Kiyoka. Izuku sees what they're doing to her, feeling so useless, unable to help. Izuku starts feeling something deep inside of him snap he never felt before. He got up and grabbed the knife out of his gut. Izuku. Hehehehe. Izuku runs towards Man 1, jumps on top of him and starts stabbing him over and over again. 1. Izuku. Ha 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 ha. Izuku's face covered in blood as the man died. Man 2. Head of a bull, you bastard. Ran towards Izuku. Izuku grabbed the man's horn and pulled his head to the ground right in Izuku's knees, him breaking the man's nose. Izuku quickly broke one of the horns and rammed in right on Man 2's neck, making him die, choking on his own blood. Man 3. Fuck this, pushes Kiyoka to the ground and starts running. Izuku chases after him and quickly catched up to him, jump on top of him, making him fall on the ground, and Izuku just starts stabbing over and over again. Izuku. Looks like I am having calamari for dinner. Ha 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 ha. Izuku keeps stabbing until Izuku hears Kiyoka crying, making Izuku return to normal. Izuku. Kiyoka. Runs to her and sees her hugging herself, rocking back and forth, trembling. She sees Izuku and hugs him hard, crying. Izuku. Shish, it's gonna be okay, it's over. Caressing her hair. Back to the present. Izuku. That day I was born with only one thing on my mind, thirst. This thirst for power is not an unnatural desire, in fact it forms the very essence of our being. Deep within everyone's body lies the honed instinct to dominate and slaughter our enemies, but Izuku creates a knife. Izuku. My friend, you don't have that. You use your brain to try and win a fight. You attempt to defeat your enemies with reason and logic. You refuse to tap into those pure and based instincts that exist within your core. That is me. I am just here waiting to be released. And the simple matter is, it doesn't work. Your family was right, you're weak. Izuku throws his knife straight into Izuku's heart. Izuku. I won't put up with that, am I clear? Izuku puts his leg where the knife is, putting it deeper in Izuku's heart. Izuku. I refuse to play horse to a king who's weaker than me, someone whose uncertainty and hesitation will end up getting me killed. If you aren't willing to assert your strength and retain the crown, then I will, which means I'll be king. Back so the real world. Izuku wakes up. Izuku. Ha 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 ha. Izuku. I am king now. Next morning, we see Izuku walking down the stars with a sick smile on his face, seeing Mei and Eri there. Mei in the kitchen while Eri on the table, Torino still being on a mission, and Chio left for Ua. Izuku. Why hello beautiful. Before Mei could respond, Izuku kissed her, putting his tongue on her mouth while grouping her breasts under her shirt, making Mei moan in the kiss. Izuku breaks out of the kiss and starts biting her neck. Mei. Izuku, whatever gotten into you, I love it, biting her lower lip, enjoying. Izuku. Good cause you're mine. Izuku putting his hand on her ass, grabbing it. Mei. Honey, I love this new you, but let's save it for tonight. She whispers lustfully into his ear as he lets her go and sits down next to Eri. Eri looks at Izuku smiling but then frowns. Izuku. Something wrong, honey? Eri just gets up and goes to her room without saying a word. Mei. That was weird. Izuku. I am sure she's just under the weather. Let's eat anyway. Sits Mei into his legs. Now that the kid is gone, let's have some fun. Izuku smirking. Mei hugs her neck. Mei. Oh yes. Time skip. After some light action for breakfast, Izuku took Eri with Nezu and went to class. They were early, so they sat down and started making out hot and heavy. The door opened without them noticing the door opening. The rest of the class entering, watching the two. Kirishima. Man, Joker bro, getting some action. How manly. Denki. I know right. Iida. How inappropriate. Listen here, you two. Both Izuku and Mei pulled out their matching guns, pointing at Iida. Iida. Why is everyone still? Let's sit down before the teacher gets here. Iida was sweating, sitting down. The rest sit down, no one noticing. Kiyoka glancing at Izuku and Mei kissing. Denki. Hey babe. Kiyoka looked at Denki and Denki kissed her. The kiss was fine, but it felt bland for Kiyoka. She looked at Izuku once as more, remembering the first time they kissed. Flashback. It's been a month since the incident where Kiyoka was almost raped. She was still shaken up about it. She still said nothing to her parents. She told Momo in hopes she could make her feel better. Momo. No wonder that happened to you. I wasn't there. What were you thinking, trying to do something without me? There, my sweet little Kiyoka, remember you were useless without me. Kiyoka. Maybe she's right. I couldn't do anything without someone helping me. Izuku was the one who saved me. I just froze there, unable to do anything except hugging myself. I am useless. Little did they know Izuku heard everything later that day. Kiyoka walking home alone, hugging herself. She feels someone touch her shoulder. She freaks out and looks behind her, her cords ready to attack. She was almost crying until she saw Izuku. Kiyoka. Don't do that. She lets her chords fall. Izuku. H. He. Sorry Izuku takes a deep breath. I want to take you someplace. Please. Giving Kiyoka his hand. Kiyoka was surprised how he wasn't stuttering or laughing. She said nothing, took his hand and went with him. They stayed in silences for a while until they made it to a secluded part of a beach. Kiyoka. Why are we here? Izuku. Just wait here for a minute. Before Kiyoka could say something, Izuku left. She stayed there looking around until she heard a guitar. She went towards the sound and saw Izuku with a guitar. Kiyoka. Izuku. Kyo, I know you're still scared and you're thinking you're useless, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I made this song for you. Izuku. I'm just the boy inside the man, not exactly who you think I am. Trying to trace my steps back here again, so many times. I'm just a speck inside your head. You came and made me who I am. I remember where it all began, so clearly. Kiyoka. He wrote me a song. Izuku. I feel a million miles away, still you connect me in your way. And you create in me something I would have never seen. When I can only see the floor, you made my window a door. So when they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you in me. After all the lights go down, I'm just the words, you are the sound. A strange type of chemistry, how you've become a part of me. And when I sit alone at night, your thoughts burn through me like a fire. You're the only one who knows who I really am. Kiyoka's heart started pounding so hard. Izuku. We all wanna be somebody, we just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody, we're willing to go but not that far. And we're all see-through, just like glass. And we can shatter just as fast. That light's been burned out for a while, I still see it every time I pass. It was lost in the coldness of my mind, behind a box of reasons why. I never doubted it was there, just took a little time to find. And even when, Kiyoka. What is this feeling? 1. Izuku. I feel a million miles away, still you connect me in your way. And you create in me something I would have never seen. When I can only see the floor, you made my window a door. So when they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you in me. After all the lights go down, I'm just the words, you are the sound. A strange type of chemistry, and you've become a part of me. And when I sit alone at night, your thoughts burn through me like a fire. You're the only one who knows who I really am. Kiyoka started walking up to Izuku. We all wanna be somebody, we just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody, we're willing to go but not that far. We all wanna be somebody, we just need a taste of who we are. We all wanna be somebody, we're willing to go but not that far. I'm just the boy inside the man, not exactly who you think I am. Trying to trace my steps back here again, so many times. When I can only see the floor, you made my window a door. So when they say they don't believe, I hope that they see you in me. When Izuku finished, before he figured out what happened, Kiyoka kissed him. Izuku blushed but kissed back. It was both kids' first kiss. It was a little awkward since they didn't know what they were doing, but they both felt electricity when they kissed. Kiyoka let go of the kiss, breathing heavily, looking at Izuku, blushing. Kiyoka. Why did? Izuku. I heard what Momo told you and I hated it. You're not useless without you. Well, I wouldn't be here right now. I love you. Izuku said, breathless. Kiyoka blushed. It was the first time a boy told him that. Kiyoka. I love you too. Kiyoka hugs Izuku for the first time. She start feeling guilt for what she's doing. Kiyoka. Wait, how did you make this other instrument appear? You only had one guitar. Izuku. I had some help. A gem. Kiyoka looked behind her and saw her parents with the rest of the instruments. Kyotoku. Young lady, I believe an explanation is in order. Present third person. Kiyoka was grounded for a month. That day back to class 1A, we see them in the bus on the way to USJ. Suyu. Izuku. I am Suyu, please call me Su. I normally say what's on my mind. Izuku. Then spit it out, Su. I'll answer whatever you have to say. Suyu. Why are you white? Everyone on the BUSD stopped talking, wanting to know does responsible, feeling guilt minus Bakugo cause. Fuck Bakugo. Izuku. Some people scented me to a pool of chemicals. I won't say who it was cause I know they're too much of cowards to say it and I can use it to blackmail and torture them, ha 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 ha. Des responsible started trembling. That laugh was chilling. Bakugo was pissed but could do nothing. One wrong move and he will be expelled and banned from ever attending any hero school. Bakugo, that damn Deku trying to control me. Izumi, brother, just how much did I hurt you? Katsumi and Shoka holding the other's hand for support. Shoto, I want some soba. Aizawa, shut up, we're here. Everyone gets off and saw the massive place before us. It's easily hundreds of feet taller and much wider. We walk to the entrance and are greeted by Miss Telek aka Inko Yagi. Uraraka. Oh my god. Hero number 7 Miss Telek. Inko. Yes it is I Miss Telek hero number 7. Inko was about to explain what they will do when they see a portal open up and out came the League of Villains with an army of normal villains. Shigaraki. We're here to kill All Might. Last time. Shigaraki. We're here to kill All Might. Now. Miss Telek. Kids get back. Gets in front of the class to protect them. Shigaraki. Where is All Might? He is supposed to be here. Aizawa. All Might's not here. Gets into a fighting stance cursing at All Might for being late. Shigaraki. Hehehe, well that's a shame. Guess we should make him come. Kurogiri. Shigaraki snaps his fingers and Kurogiri makes a portal under the feet of the ROS and students, separating them all into different parts of USJ. Shigaraki. Listen up people, this is gonna be a bloody massacre. Kill, rape, torture, do whatever your heart desire until All Might gets here. With G. Izuku third person. When G. Izuku falls out of the portal he gets up and sees himself surrounded by thugs with sword, chains, crows, etc. G. Izuku. H. Hehehe ha 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 ha. Takes out his knife and starts playing with it. G. Izuku. So who's first? Making up names of the thugs. Jim. Come here you bastard. Runs towards G. Izuku with a bat with nails on it and swing at G. Izuku. G. Izuku gets hit on the shoulder. He grunts in pain before ramming his knife on Jim's neck. Immediately a brick attached on a chain from Jake hits G. Izuku on the sides, breaking some ribs. G. Izuku grabs the chain and pulls Jake towards him. When he's close enough, G. Izuku grabs his head and snaps his neck. Jimmy with wings got up into the air. G. Izuku could see his hands had claws as swooped down to attack him, slashing G. Izuku's chest, while G. Izuku cut his head in half. 1. The blood spilled over G. Izuku's body and he loved it. Shota got up to him and looked at G. Izuku in shock of what he was doing. He was about to say something. G. Izuku. Look out. G. Izuku moved Shota out of the way and impaled Gordon in the head. G. Izuku took the knife out, causing the head to open as the body moved a little on the floor until it went cold. Another came, but G. Izuku punched him to the ground and starting stabbing the villain over and over, laughing every time more and more louder. Shota. Izuku, that's enough. G. Izuku. There is no more Izuku, only Joker. Throws the butterfly knife at Shota and runs away to find his next victim. Running far enough, G. Izuku then hears something. Kiyoka. Izuku, help me. The real Izuku wakes up and takes back control. 3. Inside Izuku's soul. G. Izuku, what do you think you're doing? Normal Izuku. Taking back my crown. N. Izuku hits G. Izuku straight in the jaw, knocking him out. Kiyoka paused before the scream. Denki and me are inside a fake building, just finished kicking some of these thugs' ass. We were about to leave when part of the roofs collapses on top of me, trapping my cords and arm. Kiyoka. Denki, help. Denki. Don't worry, I am on it. I don't think so. Me and Denki look and see a new group of thugs. Denki. Get away from her. Denki shoots electricity towards them, but it does nothing happen. Andy. Hey, we're the Electric Brothers. Electricity does nothing to us. They get ready to fight and my heart sinks. Denki runs away. Denki. Don't worry Kyo, I'll get help. I heard Denki say before he disappeared. The 3 men look at me lustfully and rip out my clothes. I try to fight back, but I freeze, remembering his words that Momo told me, "You're useless without me." I start crying, scared before I know what I am saying. I just screamed it. Kiyoka. Izuku, help me. In hopes that he hears me. Mac. Hey, sorry girly, but that little boyfriend of yours is not coming. He said as he takes out his dick and puts it in between my breast. I close my eyes shut, crying scared until I hear something and shot open them. Third person. Izuku made it in time this time with a sword on his hand and slice his head off. pushing him out of the way. Kiyoka. Izuku. Izuku. Not now. Izuku gets hit by a bullet and throws his knife at Andy's eye, making him drop the gun and scream in pain as he tries to take the knife out. Izuku runs to him, grabs the knives and rams it out, part of the eye still sticking on the point. Izuku rams it in his gut before slicing it open, making Andy's intestines come out as he falls on the floor. Marco. Mac, Andy, you bastard, I'll kill you. Takes out his gun, but Izuku throws his knife right on his wrist. Izuku. Wanna know why I use a knife? Izuku with a sickly sweet smile. Izuku. Guns are too quick, you can't savor all the little emotions in. You see, I am their last moments. People show who they really are, so in a way I knew Mac and Andy better than you ever did. Punched Marco to the floor. Izuku. Do you want to know which one were cowards? The answer, you. Takes the knife out and slams it on his head. Izuku gets up. Coughing up blood, all his wounds starting to catch up to him. He walks to Kiyoka and with what little strength he has left he lifts the huge piece of concrete up. Kiyoka gets free scared. Izuku looked at her and gave her that same smile from years ago. And hugs her softly. Izuku. It's okay now, it's over, you're safe now. Izuku hears the teachers and students coming and closed his eyes. Kiyoka. Izuku. Izuku. I am still here, just gonna close my eyes for a second. Izuku passes out with Kiyoka hugging him, still crying for what almost happened but thankful that Izuku saved her again. Izuku pav. I slowly open my eyes and starts to get up only to be hit in the head by a cane. Izuku. Ow. I looked and saw a very angry grandma. Chio. You absolute moron. She keeps hitting me with the cane as more people arrive, the Aizawa, Nezu and Torino. Nezu. Now Chio, let's give Izuku here a break. Chio. Fine, but we will talk about how hurt you got at home. Izuku. Fine, but where are we? Nezu. Right now in an emergency tent still at USJ. Shota. Izuku. I looked at my uncle who looked worried. Shota. Why did you say there is no more Izuku, only Joker? Everyone looks at me worried. I sighed looking at the ground. Izuku. Because he is still inside me, he was the one who took control and did all of that. Chio. Why didn't you tell us? 4. Izuku. I didn't want to worry you guys, I thought I could take care of it on my own. Shota. That is the dumb. Emi puts her hand on his mouth. 1. Emi. Now dear, let's head outside. Chio. Yes, I also want to have a word with you. Torino. Nezu. Shinso, please stay and keep Izuku company. They nodded and left, with Shota, Emi and Chio third person. Chio. What were you thinking? Hits Shota in the sheens. Shota. Ow, what the hell? Chio. Were you gonna insult him? Shota. Well yeah, what he did was idiotic. Emi. Shota, you're an idiot. Shota looked at Emi. Shota. Why? While Shota wasn't looking, Chio gave him another hit with the cane. Chio. That boy has been alone basically all his life. He was neglected, bullied, abused, humiliated, treated horribly. You think he's not gonna have some serious trusting issues? Of course he's gonna think he can do it himself. His idiot parents never lifted a finger to help. He needs to know we are here for him, not insult him. Shota. I guess you're right, but still. Chio. Of course I am right, I am a woman, even when in wrong I am right. Emi. She's right. Shota rolled his eyes as they left to help other students, not knowing someone overheard them. Inko. Izuku, I am so sorry. She was crying, wanting to go inside but heard yelling. Back with Izuku moments before the yelling. Izuku pav. Izuku. So what happened while I was out? Shinso. After you passed out, Kiyoka told us what happened. Nezu. I'll say this, I am so proud of you, and Denki will have serious detention, possible expulsion for leaving a teammate alone and running away. Shinso. After that, All Might came and saved the class and fought some sort of monster the villains called a Nomu. I freeze. Izuku. Nomu. Damn it, you thought I destroyed them. I grunt in pain as I moved too fast. Nezu. What do you mean? Izuku. When I took care of Overhaul, there was this lab with creatures called Nomus. I couldn't let them live, so I just exploded the building. Torino. I see, did you discover anything about them? Izuku. They have multiple quirks. They implant them into a human until they become lifeless husks that only want to kill, and they're getting the quirks by someone called All of One. I saw Nezu and Torino tense up for a second because of that name. Torino. I see. Izuku, I think it's time you learn about something very important, but I am not the person who can tell you. Izuku. Then who is? Nezu. Can't say, just promise me you won't kill him. Izuku. Fine. Out of the darkness comes Toshinori, aka All Might. Toshinori. My so. I throw a knife, no one knew I had it, cuts his cheek. Izuku. You call me that and I will kill you. Toshinori. I see Shino my. This time Shinso throws a knife. Toshi. Does everyone have a knife? Torino and Nezu both pull out knives. Izuku. Ah, Shinso, you kept the birthday gift I gave you, how nice. Shinso. Of course, cousin, and you go to hell, don't even think about calling me your boy after what you did to Izuku. Izuku. Hey, I wonder how many people did Uncle tell. Toshinori. Fine, Shinso, could you give us a minute? Shinso leaves and Toshinori sits down and said nothing, looking uncomfortable. Izuku. Well, spit it out. Toshi. Very well, you see. Toshinori went on and told me the truth about all for one and about his quirk. The more I heard, the more angry I got. I start laughing. Izuku. H. Hehehehe, you mean to tell me? You wear H. Hehehe, ha 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 ha, you wear goddamn Quirkless. Toshinori flinched at the tone of my voice and kept his head down. Izuku. All this time you could have given me a quirk, your son that needed it, but you gave it to Bakugo. You gave the powers to someone who already had a power when you could have given it to someone who needed it. Toshinori got quiet. Izuku. Well, answer me, damn it. With tears, not of sadness but of anger. Toshinori. Yes, yes I did, I thought because of your condition. Izuku. You mean me being a freak? My tone was cold, my eyes were hardened. Toshinori. Because of that I though you were not worthy of one for all, but I was wrong, now I see you were more than worthy here. Gives me his hair, eat it and you will have my quirk, then you can come back home and be a family again. I see Torino and Nezu looking disgusted by Toshinori. Torino looked like he was ready to kill him. I look at the hair, then at him, and gave him a right hook. At the jaw, breaking it, making him fall on the floor. Izuku. We were never family, you made that abundantly clear all my childhood. I am nothing more than a freak, a disgrace to your family. My family is my grandparents, May Eri the Aizawas, not you. Now get out. Toshinori tried to say something but Torino pushed him out. I was so angry I went to take a walk and saw something that made my blood boil. Denki Kaminari talking to Kiyoka. Denki. Kyo baby come one, I just went to get help. Kiyoka. Help help, I was almost raped because you ran away, don't talk to me. Denki. Kiyoka. Third person. Izuku walks up to Denki and right hooks him right in the jaw, making him fall on the floor. Izuku. You damn bastard. Grabs him by his shirt and slams him to the wall. Izuku. Your girlfriend was about to get raped and you just run. What kind of boyfriend are you? My friend was about to die, you piece of shit. About to punch him when someone stops him. He looked and it was Kiyoka. Kiyoka. Izuku, just let it go. Can you walk me home, please? I'm scared to walk alone right now. Izuku. Fine, let's go of Denki. Denki gets up and Izuku still hits him in the face. Izuku. Now let's go. Walks with Kiyoka. Kiyoka, having a small smile on her face of having Izuku back with her, even if it's only as a friend. With Nezu. After the whole USJ debacle, Nezu made it to his office to do paperwork and sees someone sitting in his chair. His mood sours. Nezu. What do you want, Amanda? Amanda. It's Miss Waller to you, rat, and I am just here on. Let's call it a courtesy call having villains attack you. Okay, USJ, I can't imagine what that would do to your school image. Amanda was smirking. Nezu. How did you know that? Amanda. Didn't you move the USJ a few days only for Class A? Nezu. Yay, so what? Nezu freezes, knowing where she is going. Amanda. That's right, rat, you have a traitor in your school. With Izuku and Kiyoka third person. We see Izuku and Kiyoka walking together to her house. Kiyoka very close to him, still a little shaken up about it. As Izuku noticed this. Izuku. What did the ocean say to the beach? Kiyoka. What? Izuku. Nothing, it just waved. Kiyoka groans. Kiyoka. God, not your dad jokes. Izuku. Hehehehe, what do sprinters eat before they race? Kiyoka. Izuku was giggling. Izuku. Come one. Kiyoka. Fine what? Izuku. Nothing they sprint. Izuku laughs. Kiyoka. Boo. Even though she was booing she still had a smile on her face. Mei. Izu baby. Mei runs to Izuku and hugs him covering with kisses over and over. Mei. I was so worried about you when I heard what happened. You gave a heart attack. I will never forgive you. Izuku. How about we go on a date where I am your test dummy for your babies? Mei. All is forgiven. Mei looks at Kiyoka. Mei. Oh hello, I know you from class but I never got your name. Kiyoka. Kyoka Jiro I am. Izuku. She's an old friend. One of the few people that actually gave a crap about me before the change. Mei. Oh, well thank you for being my little puddin's friend. You and me can be friends too. Kiyoka. Yeah, excuse me, I better go inside. Mei and Izuku left waving. Kiyoka waved back to them and went inside. Kiyoka pav. I go to my room and see Izuku with Mei walking away talking to each other holding hands. They looked so in love. Tears started to come out as I get on my knees. Thinking of what could have been, I sit on the chair for my piano and start singing my heart out. Lion isn't better than silence. Floatin', but I feel like I'm dyin'. Still, no matter where I go. At the end of every road. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah. I know it's easier to run. After everything I've done. You were good to me. 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 Leavin' isn't better than tryin'. Growin', but I'm just growin' tired. Now I'm worried for my soul. And I'm still scared of growin' old. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah. And I'm so used to letting go. But I don't wanna be alone. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah, oh. God only knows where our fears go. Hearts I've broke, now my tears flow. You'll see that I'm sorry. 'Cause you were good to me. You were good to me. And now I'm closing every door. 'Cause I'm sick of wantin' more. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah. Swear I'm different than before. I won't hurt you anymore. 'Cause you were good to me. Third person. When Kiyoka finished she had tried tears on her face as she fell asleep reliving a memory of them on the beach dancing while singing. She can't remember the song but it made he sleep with a smile on her face. With Izuku and Mei on her date. We see our love birds walking. Izuku notices something. Izuku. Mei, what's that? Izuku points to Mei's new necklace. Mei. Oh this. Your grandmother gave it to me. She said it was passed down from her family generation to generation. And it was supposed to be Azumi's but after what she did Gram gave it to me, which makes oh so much sweeter, don't you agree? Izuku laughed, this time not because of his condition but a real happy laugh that made Mei squeal of how cute he sounded. Izuku. Yes, that does makes so much sweeter, I love it so. Where are going? Mei. There. Mei points and Izuku looks at Sega Arcade. Izuku saw Mei's eyes sparkle and laughed. Izuku. Fine, let's go in. Mei grabbed his hand and dragged him inside to play. Izuku saw Mei putting on gloves. Izuku. What are you doing? Mei. Oh, you said we're gonna test out my babies and that's what we're gonna do. Look at this. She puts a coin on one of the games, hits the button and it happened, every child's dream jackpot. Izuku. You're telling me, you built a pair of gloves, that makes the machines hit jackpot every time? Mei. No silly. Mei takes out another pair of gloves. Mei. I built 2 of them. Izuku. Hey oh. Oh. One for me. Mei nods yes, jumping up and down as the tickets keep flowing out of the machine. Izuku starts crying. Izuku. Haha. Ha 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 ha, it's so beautiful. Time skip. Mei and Izuku. Yeah. We see them riding a sand dune they won on the arcade around the beach. Mei. Best date ever. Izuku. Let's jump that. They drive to a huge sand mountain while this was on the radio. Once they finish we see them making out on the backseat, making out while dry humping. Izuku puts his hands under Mei's shirt and start grouping her tits while Mei hands were going lower and lower, starting to undo Izuku's belt. Katsuki. Deku. Third person. Izuku gets off the sand dune pissed off. Izuku. What do you want, Bakugo? Katsuki. I'm here to make a bet with you. Izuku. I don't care, piss off, I am busy. Izuku turns around. Katsuki gets pissed and immediately shoots himself towards Izuku and blows him to the sand. Izuku gets up slowly dusting himself off. Bakugo. I am gonna beat your worthless ass where it belongs. Under me you're nothing but a pebble in my way. Izuku. Ha 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 ha. I should thank you Bakugo. Katsuki. And why is that? Izuku. Cause now Joker's back in town. Like a volcano, Bakugo unleashed a huge explosion heading towards Izuku to kill Izuku off as fast as possible to prove Izuku is weak, but Izuku dodges it and runs towards Bakugo with a crazy smile on his face. Bakugo throws another explosion towards Izuku. Izuku runs towards the explosion. When the smoke cleared, Bakugo saw Izuku as he hit Bakugo in the nose, breaking it, making Bakugo fall as Izuku gets on top of him. Izuku. Mei. Got you covered. Mei throws Izuku a pair of knife. What is she doing, you might ask? We see Mei filming the whole fight, giggling. Izuku grab the knives. Izuku. You know it's a beautiful day outside, birds are singing, flowers are blooming on day like this, dicks like you. Izuku impales it on Bakugo's hand. Izuku. Should be burning in hell. Bakugo screams in pain and shoots with his free hand an explosion that sent Izuku flying, laughing. Inside Izuku's mind, G equals ghost Izuku, N equals normal Izuku. We see another fighting in process. G versus N over control. N punches G over and over in the stomach, sending him higher and higher to the air until N kicked G in the chin, sending him falling from the building. G gets up and runs towards N and punched N in the face, sending him to the ground through a window. G. Give up, you're not gonna win, I'm your better in every way. N jumps up the window and kicks G. G dodges as N feet land on the ground. N grabs G's wrist, pulling him towards N, and N kicks him in the stomach, sending him on the ground, where N kicks him again, only this time G grabs it and pushes him on the ground as well. The both get up at the same time and rush towards each other, blocking the other's attack. Back to the real world. Izuku gets up laughing as he runs towards Izuku, slashing his knife wildly over and over again. Bakugo dodging until he trips. He looks at his feet and sees his feet tangled in rope. Mei. Ups, did I do that? Mei was smirking as Izuku blow her a kiss before stomping on Bakugo's head. Katsuki activates his quirk, getting out of reach before Izuku hits again and gets out of the trap. Bakugo. That's it, I have had it with you and your bitch, I am gonna kill you both. Bakugo activates one for all electricity, covering his body as he runs towards Mei. Back inside Izuku, we see N fighting against clones of G. N. How are you doing this? N gets punched in the gut and spits out blood as he gets on all four, breathing heavily as one of G's copy kicks him, taking all the air out of N's body. G. Oh, you're insignificant fool, this is my world, unlike you I know how to use this body to its fullest potential, just like your family said you Izuku are useless. The G clones transformed into the Yagas and they started kicking him while insulting him. Izumi. You're worthless. Izuku. Stop. Inko. I should have kicked you out when you were 4. Izuku. Stop. Toshinori. I should have drowned when they said you were quirkless. N. I said stop it. All 3. You are a freak. Izuku. I said stop it. The building was destroyed and the clones were disintegrated by the force alone. The whole place was getting destroyed. The very soul itself was at risk of being destroyed, leaving the body as nothing more than a rage-filled machine of bloodshed. G. Yes, show me, break the world, break everything. N. I'll kill you. Back to real world. We see Izuku starting to glow dark red as he ran to interfere with Bakugo's attack when it happened. Snap. Bakugo screamed in pain as his whole body started breaking down. They could hear the bones breaking and coming out of the body. Inside Izuku, both N and G stopped looking at what is happening to Bakugo. Both start laughing. N started calming down, so was G as they fall on the floor laughing. There was off. N gets up, both with tears of laughter in their eyes as they hear Bakugo's screams of agony, and N takes back control. Back to the real world. We see Mei and Izuku laughing, enjoying Bakugo's pain. Bakugo. What is happening? Izuku. What do you think? The quirk is rejecting you. Bakugo. Shut up, Deku, no one rejects me, I am the strongest, no one is better than me. Bakugo tries to get up but falls in pain as the lightning stops. Mei. Welp, now that that's done, let's get out of here. Izuku. Sure, he's done. Bakugo. Don't you dare leave Deku. Izuku ignores him as Mei and Izuku get inside the sand dune and drives off while blasting music. Once they make it far enough, Mei makes Izuku stop. Izuku. Yes, Mei. Mei gets on top of Izuku and hugs his neck. You and me have some unfinished business to attend to. Mei biting her lips as they make out. Izuku bites on Mei's lower lips. Mei moans softly as she opens her mouth. Izuku puts his tongue inside her mouth and started fighting for dominance, with Izuku winning. Izuku removes Mei's shirt and starts sucking on her tits as Mei moans as she starts pulling down Izuku's pants. To be continued. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now we will see you in the next video.